move is going to be important for Miami.
Gabe Brown, as I mentioned, 4 years at Michigan State, played last season with one of Amy's favorite teams, Raptors 905 in the G League. Now getting his opportunity with Phoenix as he misses the second to scramble for the ball to Robinson, and he gets it to Smith. And he'll push it up right side with a left-hand dribble. Gets to the middle of the floor. Screen coming from Jovic right side. He uses it. Gets down to the right block, pounces off of it, puts it up, got fouled, no bucket, and Drew Smith will head to the line.
That's a really aggressive take for Drew Smith. And I loved his comments yesterday at practice. Talked a lot about Kyle Lowry and what he's meant. Remember, don't forget, he went over to Brooklyn. He was with Miami. He played some time with the Nets as well. He's back with Miami. But talked about how Kyle really was teaching him how to set guys up when they need it, not to miss any little moments, things like that, right? Team needs a bucket. You got to generate some free throws. How about that? And it was interesting to hear because conversation go anywhere and hear about Kyle a lot and the imprint he makes on younger players. As he misses both his free throws at Miami, he's still looking at a goose egg.
Not influenced by Kyle.
Yeah, probably not that as much.
Drew Smith, over 2 from the line. The Heat 0 for 3 for the game. They haven't made a shot yet. Look inside into the hands of Brown. Brown flips it to his counterpart, Gabe Brown, and then back out top. 3 up, doesn't go for Phoenix. Here comes Smith. Right side, now to the middle. Left-hand dribble into the paint. Bounce pass to absolutely nobody. He thought it was Jovic. Nico paused instead of cutting to the top of the circle. And another turnover for Miami. Still no score for the Heat, down 6-0 at the 6:58 mark here in the first quarter against the Sun.
And one of the frustrating things for the Heat right now has got to be the fact that they're turning the ball over in transition, in the half court, just miscommunication and on the same page. And these are guys that do have a little bit of experience together with the Heat or Sioux Falls. So clean that one up on the fly.
Shut up, nothing goes for Phoenix now. By the way, Brown is down, Barry Jr., and Carr's into the game. Marcus Carr. Turnover by Miami. Here comes the Suns the other way. Up and in and 2 on the right-hand side with the left hand for Gabe Brown. He's hit 2 of his first 3 shots. He's got 5 points, the most of any score in this game, and it's 8-0 Suns at the 6:24 mark here in the first quarter. And we got another turnover. Might have been a deflection. Let's see. Waiting on the officials. They're going to hold everything. There was a tip. It's going to stay Miami ball. A deflection off of the Phoenix Suns as the ball went over the timeline. And we go to our first timeout. The Heat will chit-chat about trying to get the offense going with the Suns up 8-0. 6:22 remaining here in the first quarter in Summer League Las Vegas. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
Imagine a bank that is always in your court, one that sees their customers as part of a team with a common goal to achieve your dreams. Well, imagine that. There is one. We're Amerant. We're ready to help you wherever you are in life, and just as importantly, wherever you want to go. Because at Amerant, we want you to live a life beyond what you could imagine. Amerant, official bank of the Miami Heat. Member FDIC.
The season is here, and so is your chance to experience all the thrilling Heat basketball live and in the stands. As the official marketplace of the NBA, Ticketmaster has got you covered with the largest selection of seats of any ticketing marketplace. Do not miss any of the action. Grab your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com/Heat.
Time for more Hot Heat Summer League action on the Miami Heat audio experience.
Suns with the advantage early. They've hit 3 of their first 6 shots, including a money ball. They're up 8-0 over the Miami Heat here in the first 6:22 in Las Vegas.
I'm begging for a spark plug right now. And this is where, if you're a guy with the Heat, this is exactly the example of fit in the system but still showcase what you can do. Somebody has got to take over this ball game for Miami as Jamari Bowie gets, and I'm hoping he'll do it off the bench, right? Spark plug checking into the game. Tweaked his ankle a little bit in that second California Classic game, so we did not see him in game 1 here in Vegas, but already been given the 2-way tag, so congratulations to him.
Jovic, Robinson, Peterson, Smith, and Bouye trying to get on the board. Evans, Carr, Jamison, Kamara, and Brown on the other side. Bouye not wasting time. Trifecta, you betcha. Little left wing net ripper for Jamar.
And that's how you do it. He was open. A couple of turnovers early here for Miami. It's just been some overpassing. He had a shot. Take it, my friend.
Up and in, left side, doesn't go from the hands of Kamara. He got fouled, though, but he'll head to the line for a couple. First making 4 tries for Miami with Jamari getting it to go. Time now to head down courtside as Amy and I are high atop section 104. With his feet nearly on the wood, we say hello to Miami Heat assistant coach Eric Glass. Afternoon to you, sir.
Hey, afternoon. How you guys doing?
We're hanging in there, man. Not quite the start we would want to see here, but a lot of game.
Start.
A lot of game to be played, my man. As you've been to this many times, you've sat in that first seat a few times in Summer League. We'd love to start off with just your view of the growth of it. I think next year they celebrate their 25th year. I forget which year it's going to be. But it's amazing how in a couple decades this has grown, and every team's here trying to get in the lab and get better with their young players.
Yeah, it's a great development for coaches, players, staff. I love watching Karan get over there in the first seat, and Dan Basacchio getting out of the video room and getting on the wood, and just challenging these guys in different ways. And then we love to see. We have 4 or 5 guys that have been in our program all year for the most part, and they're taking on bigger roles here. So it's really fun to watch these guys compete and grow together.
Coach, Summer League in some ways a little bit like the G League, where you're showing you can fit into a system, but then you also want to have the opportunity to showcase your own skill set. A couple of these early turnovers, maybe some overpassing, which at times I guess can be a little bit nice to know that you got guys wanting to play a team game. But what's your advice on how you balance that, whether it's you're playing in a week of Summer League or a season in the G League?
Yeah, I think it's individual for each team. But, we have roles that are kind of defined for guys prior to Summer League. And guys know that if they're going to want to show their capabilities with the top team, that they're going to have to fit around guys like Jimmy and Bam. So I think that part's pretty easy. And then you just, you let them know that when they get into that spot, they got to be ready for their opportunity. And that's when everyone's watching and see what they can do in those moments.
Suns 12, Heat 6, 4:44 remains here in the first quarter of the Heat's second Vegas Summer League contest, visiting with Heat assistant coach Eric Glass. Everybody's really super excited from what they saw in California from Jaime Jaquez. Your view, as we're not seeing him now with his shoulder injury, what's your early impression on the Heat's first round pick?
Yeah, I'm really bummed that I couldn't get to see him in person because I've wasn't in Sacramento, but everyone's saying the same thing. This kid's an amazing human being to start with, and he just bleeds Heat culture and everything that we're about. He seems to be about those things as well. All the intangibles, the toughness, the IQ, finding ways to win, and he got to showcase some of his game. And I don't know enough of his game yet to say that he does anything great, but it seems like he does a lot of things very good. So I think he'll be able to morph into whatever we need him in his rookie season.
Well, you get to see the guys work behind the scenes more than anybody, but when you watch Orlando a couple days ago with his 36 and 11, what are you thinking as he's out there getting to really showcase all that work?
Yeah, Orlando's been an incredible project. At this time last year, I wouldn't be lying. I'd be lying if I told you I saw that in him. And he came to Miami those 6 weeks after Summer League and changed his body and he was living in the facility. And then all year, this year, he did the same thing. And now he gets to a point where, he's got a little bit more responsibility, more opportunity. And he took full advantage of that against a team that we love to beat, as you guys know. So that was really fun to watch him have a great night.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what time of year we're playing the Celtics.
It sure doesn't.
We all know who we work for. Suns 12, Heat 6, 3:49 here in the first quarter. Delightful conversation with Heat assistant coach Eric Glass. Coach, run us through the schedule after Summer League. Guys get to be on their own. Some guys come back to Miami and get more work. What does it kind of look like for guys as you work from the middle of July into training camp?
Yeah, once Vegas is over, we give these guys, about 2 weeks to, decompress, go hang out with their families, go on vacation, whatever. Because, some of these guys were in our building they didn't really stop after the playoffs were over. So they were preparing for summer league. So they haven't really even had a summer break. So we give them some time off, and then usually the second week of August or maybe the end of that first week, they'll come back. The guys that we have under 2 ways will be back. And then some of these guys that we're looking at for Exhibit 10s and stuff like that, you have a certain amount of days that they can be in your facility and training, and they'll go through the full gamut. They'll be in there in the morning, and they'll be lifting and conditioning and then getting on the court and doing skill development and playing pickup and all that kind of stuff, and really working on their craft so that by the time they get to training camp, those guys are at a different level than they are right now.
Two guys that have had the opportunity to be around the Miami Heat organization, and Jamari and Drew Smith. What have you liked about their development and what they've shown during the summer here now?
Well, first of all, we're really excited to get Drew back. Brooklyn took him from us in the middle of the year, and we were all disappointed that he left, but happy to have him back. And they both present different things, but they're both heat kind of guys. They're both tough. They both can defend. Bouyer's a little smaller but quicker. Got a little different burst. Drew's bigger, but they can both play on the ball. They can both play off the ball. They both have high IQs. So we're really excited about both those guys.
Heat assistant coach Eric Glass with him. The Suns up 13-6 as we're nearing our 3-minute break here. Before I let you run and get back into your insight, analysis, and evaluation, Spo always talks about your experience as a head coach, getting Malik that opportunity, getting Karan the opportunity now. While it's not the NBA number one hot seat, how critical is it to the way that you guys think when you get these opportunities for the regular season when you're in his ear and you all are preparing and even in the heat of the action?
Yeah, of course, it's not the same as the NBA, but when you're in that seat and you're making all the decisions, you can't duplicate that in any other way. So it's great for Karan. I was in the walkthrough today in his meeting, and he did an unbelievable job. He looks like a natural up there. He's got amazing leadership ability and ways to connect with the guys, and it's huge for development. You just can't replace it with anything else.
E-Glass, it's always a pleasure, my man. Thank you for taking time and walking Heat Nation through some of the more intricate aspects of how we get down.
For sure. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks,
man. Heat assistant coach Eric Glass with us here on the Miami Heat Audio Experience as Bouye fires up along two. It's a miss. Kane, rebound, put back, got it to go inside the left block. 17-11, the separation, with the Suns in front by 6 with 1:40 to go here in the first quarter.
Again, it certainly hasn't been pretty for Miami, but they're staying in the fight. They've hit some shots, some good offensive rebounds. You just mentioned Kane. That's sometimes what it takes until you can really click and find that rhythm that you need, but you've got to defend here on the other end.
Kane leads the Heat with 5 points. Another attack at the glass for the Suns. And it's Kamara again. He's got 9 points. He leads all scorers with the Suns up 19-11, 1:15 to go. And a little retaliation on the other end. A little splash down for Kane from 25 feet at the top of the arc. And our mandatory timeout is upon us as the Heat close the gap. It's just a 5-point game now with the Suns up 19-14. 1:07 remains in the first quarter. The Heat is on the radio.
Fly to Philly, take off to Tampa, depart for Denver. Following your team on the road is more rewarding with the new American Airlines Advantage program. Your flights and everyday spend not only earn you miles towards your next trip, but also loyalty points toward Advantage status. All the more reason to purchase both a home and away jersey. With status comes great benefits like priority boarding, free checked bags, and complimentary upgrades. Now remember, enroll for free today at AA.com. American Airlines, you are why we fly. Terms and conditions apply.
Heat fans, Crazy Andy for the Miami Heat Show tonight's bottom of the game. Tonight, Crazy Andy has another crazy deal. For tuning into the Miami Heat audio experience, we are offering you 50% off Matchup Volume 2 shorts. That's right, 50% off. All you have to do is log on to the MiamiHeatStore.com and enter the promo code VEGAS. That's right, VEGAS, Vegas. You better act fast because Crazy Andy deals are going fast. Now let's get back to Jackson 8.
Let's get back to Vegas. The Heat Summer League on the Miami Heat Audio Experience.
Jason Jackson, Amy Alibert. here in Thomas and Mack. I think this is the only time that he play at Thomas and Mack, the bigger gym where the Running Rebels play in these designated first 4 games. Will be in Cox Pavilion on Thursday, then again on Friday. And then based upon how well the Heat are doing or not, that's then how you slate the remaining 5th game and then the 6th game only for the top 2 teams remaining to wrap up Summer League on the 17th.
In other words, anything can happen is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Suns 19, Heat 14, 107 remains here in the first quarter. Kane, Bouye, Funk, Messner, and Williams on the floor for the Miami Heat. Olinde, Usher, Flag, Sherfield, and Barry Brown Jr. out of Kansas State on the floor for the Suns.
Miami went a little small here out of the timeout. I mean, their biggest guy, Taylor Funk, at 6'9". And this is where, again, you expect some high pressure, tough, intense defense. Tons of ball pressure on the perimeter.
Olinde looked inside. Ball gets tipped away as the Suns are trying to move the rock from the baseline into the right corner. The nice active hands by Miami. Baseline inbound. Brown looking to his left. Gets it into Flag. He'll drive in from the right side. He gets blocked, but also fouled. Payne went to the apex to try to erase that thing. The foul is going to be called.
And that's
Taylor Funk, who was trying to get a little uptown on the right-hand side.
And there's that communication piece because, as you mentioned, Jamal Cain was right there. And sometimes as a player, I think when you're riding a guy, it's hard to back off. But also, you wonder the communication. Because if you know Jamal's there, step back, because he did. It was a block party inside.
First one goes, second does not for Flag. So 20-14, the separation inside a minute to go here in the first quarter. Suns up by 6. A real slow start for Miami. So finding their way. As Messner drives left side, gets the bounce. Actually, got a few bounces to get that one to go on the hard drive down the left side of the paint. His first take is a make. As he tightens it up to a 4-point game. A 3 from the top of the arc for Phoenix doesn't go. Messner with the rebound. Pushing up right side. Pulls it back. As there's about a second and a half separation between game clock and shot clock. 13 left on shot clock. The Heat trailing 20-16 to the Phoenix Suns. Bouye snaps it across the court to Williams. Pump fake, drive into the paint, scoops it. He got hit, didn't get the bucket, but an opportunity for 2 from the line for Williams.
And what a pump fake he threw from the 3-point line. Defender went flying past him. I love the shot fake. I mean, I think it's become a little bit more underrated in the game, but you can really still shift. And even if he doesn't get to the rim, you get defense out of rotation. That's a former ACC Player of the Year at Wake Forest right there.
Shout out your conference. We hear you.
Absolutely.
Alondas Williams started at Oklahoma and then a year at Wake Forest.
Well, come on over.
Led the Heat reserves in minutes against the Celtics on Sunday with 21. Was 2 for 3 from downtown. Made both of those free throws and nothing doing on the other end as the time runs out. And an explanation desired by Quentin Crawford, the Suns Summer League head coach. And now a conversation.
Yeah, Jamal Cain came up to block the shot as well.
We'll find out exactly what goes down. I don't think much of anything's going to change. But it's time for us to take a break as the Heat tighten things up. Suns 20, Heat 18 after 1 here on the Miami Heat Audio Experience.
There's nothing sweeter than the sound of a step-back 3 ripping through the net, or the chirp of your opponent's sneakers squeaking after a nasty crossover. Except maybe the roaring of the crowd after a perfectly executed Eurostep. But those moves don't just happen overnight. You have to put in the work. Countless hours of practice, relentless dedication, and endless preparation. At Kia, we've mastered a move of our own, and it's called the Telluride. Its available 3.8-liter V6 engine didn't just magically appear. We built it from the ground up. And how do you think it got 291 horsepower? Luck? Think again. You don't put on a performance this unstoppable without sweating every detail. So the next time you see someone splash a 30-foot fadeaway, remember how hard it is to make it look so easy. And the next time you're behind the wheel of a Kia Telluride, be inspired by the way it glides so effortlessly. Kia is the official vehicle of the Miami Heat. Kia, movement that inspires.
Let's get back to Vegas. The Heat Summer League on the Miami Heat Audio Experience.
A pleasure to be joined by Kasib Powell, an assistant coach of the summer, but head coach of the Sky Force throughout the season. And Kasib, first of all, a lot of turnovers, sloppy early. What did you think the guys did best in kind of getting back into the game, making it a 2-point contest?
We had a really rough stretch of turnovers. Once we got organized and able to get guys to our spots, we were able to settle in a little bit more and get the shots we wanted and not turn it over. And I think that's been the difference in the game so far.
Coach, the last couple minutes of that first quarter, you guys went a little bit smaller. What did you like about the lineup out there?
We just wanted to get some quickness out there. We got Alondis Williams out there, Bouye out there. So some guys coming off the bench just gave us a really good spark. Tyler Funk came in and, it also gave us a good energy boost. So I think that's what we needed.
Coach, we appreciate the time.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Good to have you in Vegas.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Moments away from having a nice in-depth conversation with Haywood Highsmith. Looking forward to talk with H about transitioning from being here last year, being one of the leaders of the Miami Heat Summer League team, to being a component that was called on in, critical times during the Heat stretch in the second season to impact things. As of right now, 20-18. Suns up. 9:28 here in the second quarter, and a lot of body banging on the inside as Gabe Brown being picked up off the floor after trying to attack the rim from the top with the restricted arc.
Well, the open of the second quarter, a little bit more intense than the open of the first for Miami, so maybe a little conversation after the quarter break. It's a 2-point game. Wasn't the best quarter. Get out there and compete.
First one goes for Brown.
I'm not sure if you remember Haywood when he was asked if he was going to play in Summer League and in the locker cleanouts this season. And he kind of said, I think I'm going to do that this year. And I don't blame him. Like you mentioned, he was so important. He had some really important moments for Miami in that playoff run. I'm really looking forward to chatting to him about it a little bit.
22-18, 9-18. That's our mark here in the second quarter. The Heat led by Canes 8 points. On the other side, 9 points of Kamara. And ball inbounds into Robinson. Handoff to Bouye. He drives in, misses. Robinson with a hard tip. Doesn't go. Here come the Suns the other way. Top of the arc, ball moves right side in the hands of Scherfield. Right elbow gets off it, gets it right back to Melinda. Drives right baseline, kicks it out top, and we got to travel. And it is the movement of Brown trying to come right downhill, but instead, a turnover. It'll be Miami ball. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves. This is the Miami Heat Audio Experience.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association. WQAM Miami, WPOWHD2 Miami, WKIS HD2 Boca Raton, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Come down to say hello to H squared, Haywood Highsmith, with his feet on the wood here in Vegas. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How about you?
Man, magnificent. I was alluding to my very first question for you for Heat Nation, so I'll hit it right on. Walk us through your mind over the last year, being a guy that was, called upon to lead a summer league team last year, and here you are in the building while in Vegas, getting some work in, but really now being a veteran voice and an ear to lend. That's a transition if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. For me, last year when I played, I just tried to use it as a great experience to grow, become more of a leader. I was one of the older guys on that team, and just, really, show the front office and show the Heat coaching staff and everybody, what my game is about and how I can help the team win. I know I'm going to be a guy who plays defense hard, guards some of the best players, knocks down open shots, be ready to shoot, do the little things, and just do the scrappy things, 50-50 balls and all that. So I just try to just do that. And I just love playing basketball. It's fun to be out here playing against, different teams, and it was a great experience for me.
from stripping Jason Tatum in the Eastern Conference Finals. I think it was 18 off the bench in the finals in Game 1. I mean, you are the epitome of staying ready. These are a group of guys here that really need to have that same type of mentality if they're going to move forward at this level. If you could offer them any kind of advice, whether you have been able to yet or not, what would that be?
Yeah, UD always says stay ready, so you don't gotta get ready. One of his better quotes that he said. But for me, I would just say, your moment's gonna come. You just gotta be ready when it comes. You can't control everything as far as playing time or getting playing time or not playing, whatever. You just gotta be ready when the number's called. The Heat put trust in everybody. 1 through 15, 1 through 17. Now it's 18, 1 through 18. So just gotta be ready and just stay patient as well.
Suns 22, Heat 18, 8:09 here in the second quarter. H, for you, what is the next phase? What's the next thing that you want to do to impact this team? Take us to kind of your conversation with Spo in your exit interview about their expectations and also what you want for yourself coming up in the 23-24 season.
Yeah, for me, last year was a great step in a good direction for me. Getting more playing time, getting more minutes. Obviously, I want more coming into this season coming up, so that's the plan. So I just really got to work on everything I'm already good at, become great at it, and everything that I'm not so good at, become good at it. Right now, defense is always going to be for me number one. Guarding the best players, picking up, just being a dog on that end. Offense, making open threes, corner, wing, top, whatever. If you want to be able to play with, guys like Jimmy and Bam, get able to make shots. And, it's definitely something that I've been working on a lot this offseason. So just, 3-and-D, but also being, who I am as well. I'm not just 3-and-D. I can make plays. I can be a playmaker a little bit as well. Offensive rebound, defense rebound, push it, stuff like that, the little things like I said earlier. So, for me, just putting it all together and just becoming just an overall better player.
The season ended right around 27 days ago, which is just incredible to think that here we are at Summer League already. And you look at a guy like you, 20 seasons in, and then you a little bit new. What was your, perspective or through your lens, what was your experience during that postseason run that really was special? Certainly disappointing, but special at the end.
Yeah, that was wild. I never played basketball and did an interview before, so it's interesting.
We did the same thing.
But yeah, for me, that postseason run was everything. It was beautiful moments all around. Nobody believed that we would be where we were at. We got there. We didn't finish the goal ultimately, but we got there somehow, some way. And it was just a great season because it was a lot of ups, a lot of downs. But at the end of the day, we suffered and we fought for it, and it was just a great season overall.
Visiting with Haywood Highsmith live here in Las Vegas as the Heat play their second Vegas Summer League game against the Suns. Phoenix up 25-18 at the 7:03 mark here in the second quarter. H, I usually don't talk to you Baltimore people about your town because I'm a Browns fan and you have my team and you have my championships. But I do want to talk to you about how being from Baltimore frames who you are and how you play basketball and how that's led to the position you find yourself in now.
Yeah, Baltimore is a hard-nosed city. A lot of hard workers. We have a lot of different variety of people. Growing up, it's not easy to it's not easy to grow up in Baltimore sometimes. If you're not in the right area. For me, I was kind of in the city, but I was around the right people. My parents really made sure I was good and I was sheltered, and they kept me going. And for me, basketball in Baltimore is big as far as just it's a tough, like I said earlier, tough city, tough players. You got to play defense in Baltimore, and it's really made me stronger mentally and physically. Because Baltimore is not for the weak.
Go Browns.
I don't know about that. Ravens all day, man. You know me.
I'm gonna say who dat.
Oh,
no.
Saints fan from Canada.
Oh my God.
It was the Canadian Football League.
Yeah, that's fun too, right? Yeah. Haywood, I know you kind of spent some time in Philly as well, and with the Blue Coats, but I think everyone was happy to get you back here with Miami because you're just a perfect fit for the Heat. But when you were back, was there a moment or maybe something in practice, or do you remember anything where you're like, "This is the place for me," and they probably realized that too?
Before I got here, I didn't know too much about Heat culture. I heard about it. Now that I was here, I definitely can see, Heat culture is real for sure. For me, I guess the moment the moment would be like my first actual walkthrough before a game. Like I did walkthroughs with the Sixers before, I did walkthroughs in the G League before, but just the attention to detail like the Heat do through that walkthrough is crazy. Every little thing matters. Talking and throwing the walkthrough, making sure you're in the right spot. It was just amazing to me just to see, how much a walkthrough means to them and, how much, they care about winning that much, obviously, because not every NBA team does that. Does walkthroughs before every game, hard, with a great intensity and with a purpose. So it was that kind of moment for me, my first walkthrough. I was like, yeah, this is real. This is Heat culture. It's all about winning.
Haywood Highsmith with us here on the Miami Heat Audio Experience with the Heat trailing 25-19, I apologize, against the Suns with 6:29 to go here in the first half. Let's go through some of this new stuff that's coming down the avenue. There's three major things. I want to talk about this in-season tournament. I love it. I think it's another layer of competition, games in November with some impact and meaning. We could find ourselves back here in early December in Vegas if Spo turns it in, as you know he's going to, into something else to win, right?
Yeah, he is.
And apparently the league's ready to put some change in your pocket the further you go.
Right.
What's your initial idea about these early games and then the knockout games and possibly coming to Vegas in December?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. More competitive games that mean more. I played overseas before, so they've done like that for me as far as like a cup in the middle of the season, something like that. So it's going to be fun, very entertaining for the fans as well. And also, I think the championship game is literally on my birthday, so we'll see how that goes if we get there.
Let's do it.
I'm sure the gentleman up here would love to come back to Vegas to celebrate your birthday with you.
Listen, I wouldn't be,
come on.
I wouldn't be against it for sure.
8 squared and J squared getting it done.
8 squared.
8 squared.
8 squared. I like 8 squared. I like that.
I'm 8 squared too.
Oh, you're 8
right,
squared?
you're 8
Oh, wow. A lot of squares here.
We have to be square.
We're all squares.
We're here, there, and everywhere. We already took our break. Do you mind just staying with us and talk?
Of course.
Okay, let's go.
Of course.
Well, the next one, the flopping penalty. This is going to be a little interesting, and for me, I wonder, that's something that Miami's really good at, second in the league in taking charges.
Yeah.
Does that? I mean, and I don't think too many of them are flops. Like, really, this team predicates
themselves. Hits.
Yeah, we take hits.
Come on now.
But you know what I mean? Like, is that? Have you thought of that as a player yet? And especially as a player with such a great defensive mind, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Nah, for sure. I agree with you completely, 100%. It's going to be interesting to see how they judge that. You feel? Because it's like when it's happening in slow motion, you can tell, but it's happening so fast in the game, like you can't really tell. But I think it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, for me, I'm guarding some of the best players, and sometimes they get away with push-offs or something like that. So it's going to be interesting for me to see how that plays out, for my game and also other people as well. But I think I just want to see how this rule goes. It'll be interesting.
Haywood Highsmith with us here in Las Vegas. Let's talk about the other thing. And I was beating the drum for this now for 2 years. I'm so happy that Monty McCutcheon and the officiating staff and the competition committee understand. If you are right with your coach's challenge, there should be another one. And I know you all are politicking early in the game, but you probably learned by now, supposed to be holding on to him until late.
Yeah.
But now that he potentially will have 2, you now can really come on, coach, let's take a look at it.
Yeah, I think that's a great rule as well.
Yeah.
A lot of important plays happen down the stretch. If you use your challenge too early and you actually win it, you don't have one later in case something else happens. So I think that's a great rule. I think football does it the same way, I think, right? So exactly. I think 2 challenges is going to be great, very helpful for the game. A lot of important plays happen down the stretch that, we definitely need a review or a coach should have an option, look at that, So I think that's a great rule.
I was always a little curious. Spo was 14-5, his record on challenges in the regular season.
That's a great record.
Absolutely. Yeah. But we all know, I mean, I think he pulled one out in the third quarter late in the season, maybe in the playoffs, where you were like, oh man, he knows, and I think he knew he was going to lose it, but he was so upset that he made them review it. But can you share a little of the vibe on the bench in terms of those first 3 quarters or earlier on in the game where you guys are probably like, oh, you knew it was the wrong call, but you also know that Spo's not taking the challenge. So do you even invest too much of your heart into it, knowing that he's not calling?
Yeah, I mean, I think Spo uses it the right way. To be honest with you, you got to say that for the fourth most of the time, especially in playoff games. I would say for sure. You don't want to use it too early. because it's kind of still early in the game. A lot of time left, so you can, kind of make up for it or something like that. So I think Spo uses it the right way. But first 3 quarters, unless it's like an obvious, like a big play, like 4-point, 3-point swing, I guess, 2-point swing, or somebody gets their 5th foul, 6th foul, it wouldn't be smart to use the 1-3 for sure.
Off the first bucket of the afternoon from Orlando Robinson, the Heat get this game to a 2, and then a 3 from Phoenix. As I was trying to get us to Orlando Robinson. Obviously, Phoenix doesn't care about our conversations as Usher gets in the way with that trifecta. Jumper from Drew.
Right.
Mid-post right side doesn't go. But let's talk about Orlando. It is his birthday today. Anything special for the man that had that big old double-double to start off the Vegas
happy birthday to O, for sure. Happy birthday to him. I watched the first game, a little bit of the second half. I got there late because my flight was delayed. But O's been working so much since the G League season ended. He's been lifting, putting in extra shots, getting stronger, getting more in shape. He's just taking his approach has been the right way for me. I think I had the same type of approach, for me, because I wasn't playing a lot in the playoffs last year. So I just really wanted to just really get ready for some of the, and you can tell that O's been putting in a lot of work. 36 and I don't know the rebounds.
36 and 11.
11, nice. Yeah. Double. So that's amazing. And O's going to continue to get better. He's a hard worker. Sometimes he's too tough on himself, though. I tell him that, but he's definitely, he wants to win. He fits Heat culture, to a T.
Suns 30, Heat 23, 4:42 remaining in the first half.
A little fun one for you. If you were to get him a birthday gift, knowing what you know about Orlando, what do you think he'd appreciate the most?
It's a good question. For me, I'll probably just get I get some aloe stuff. He's wearing a lot of aloe lately. So Jimmy started.
I was gonna say, you know someone?
Jimmy started the trend, so I'm gonna get some more aloe stuff.
It's a great middleman right there.
Yeah,
absolutely. Call up Jimmy and have him send the aloe with your name on it.
Yeah, Jimmy probably owns a share in aloe at this point.
Well, he's not getting. You're gonna have to pay for it. This big face.
H, what's up with you for the rest of the summer before you head back to Miami full time and get back to work before training camp?
Yeah, for me, I have a daughter. I'm going to be spending a lot of time with her, spend a lot of time with my family. I'm going to go to Baltimore for a couple of days. Got a little basketball camp going for some kids, free camp, trying to get back. And my first time doing it, so see how that goes. And, after that, I'm pretty much back in Miami getting ready. All I know is basketball and family right now for me. So, I can't be away from the game, too long, and I'm really excited for the season coming up. For sure.
We really appreciate you spending the time with us, and great to have you here in Vegas, and we'll see you back in paradise when we all get back to it for the next run.
Sounds good. Appreciate you guys having me.
Thank you, bud.
Thank you.
Haywood Highsmith with us here on the Miami Heat Audio Experience with the Heat down 6 with 4:23 remaining in the first half. It's the scoring of Brown and Kamara. They're combined for 18 points for the Suns, 9 and 9 each. And the Heat are led by Canes, 10 points in 11 minutes. He's had 2 of 3 splash down from the edges.
It's one of those games, Jax, where you don't come out super clean, and then every time you fight your way back, so Miami's fighting back, Phoenix puts a little push on. So it's probably going to be one of those second halves. Who can get who to bend first, right? Lots 6-point game, so much time, but I don't know what's going to happen here.
A couple free throws go for Jemison. Starting center for the Summer League teams from Phoenix. He's hit 2 of 4 from the line. He's got 2 points, a rebound, and an assist. Turnover by Miami. Back the other way. Up and a right hand. Throw down from the hands of Mr. Usher. By the way, there's another guy named Usher in town. He's putting on shows. Not quite like that.
Well, I don't know. What was it? 1,100 for the balcony? It better be a show like that.
Jordan Usher a little more efficient for the dollar here in Las Vegas. Missed by Bouye. Let's talk about him just for a second, because as the Suns turn over, Peterson picks it up. Down the middle of the floor. Fires a little too quick and too hot left. Because Deej was there ready to catch it and fire it. But as you noted earlier, congratulations in order for Jamari. Signed that 2-way deal with the Heat on July 3rd. Enjoyed 10-day deals with Miami and Washington last season. What's this next step that you're looking for him?
I think I'll let you take that.
As Kane picks it, Oh, he missed the cramp. Jamari has his back with a layup on the long-range offensive rebound to lead us right back to the center integer and a little conversation about Bouye.
But that was perfect. That's exactly what Bouye's got to do. Right thing at the right time. And he's trailing the play, and he comes up with the offensive rebound. He's small. He's not a big guy, and so he's got to play with tremendous energy all the time. He's a heck of a shooter. I mean, watching him practice yesterday, he went through a series where, he didn't touch rim from long range. They were just right through an automatic. And I think anytime you have the opportunity to step in and just be a spark plug and facilitate, knock down an open shot, for such a quick, energetic guy, in some ways keep it simple, and he can do some great things.
A running scoop by Sherfield. Up and in, his second making 5 tries. He had 4 points for the Suns. Up 37-26 with 2:20 remaining until halftime. Looking forward to your conversation with the birthday boy, Orlando Robinson, fresh off his beautiful Game 1 performance. Here's Bouye down the left side, pauses mid-post. Triple team on that fella. That's a lot of respect. Drive down right side. Brown up and in for the bucket. And a timeout on the floor. I believe Miami's timeout. Hold on. The official said is there going to be a timeout? I mean, it is the under 3 timeout. But first, a foul call. Actually, no. I'm going to wait on this one. This foul's going to be on Phoenix, or this infraction. After the layup from Brown, we do have a violation by Kamara. We'll find out exactly what it is, and we'll get to all the detail after the break, as it's tough to get all the details. High atop section 104 here in Thomas and Mack. Suns 39, Heat 26. 2 minutes remain in the second quarter here in Las Vegas. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
Have you heard about El Car Wash, the official car wash of the Miami Heat? For as low as $19.99 per month, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all of our 20-plus locations from Miami through Palm Beach. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just want the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our state-of-the-art car washes for a high-quality, fast, and fun finish. Visit elcarwash.com to find a location nearest you. El Car Wash. Always drive clean.
The reunion tour is coming to the Kaseya Center on Friday, October 6th, featuring the legendary Kirk Franklin, Ty Tribbett, the Clark Sister, and more. And the Jonas Brothers, 1 night, 5 albums, performing at Kaseya Center on Saturday, October 14th. And rapper Black is bringing his Since I Have a Lover tour on Wednesday, November 22nd. These and many other events are on their way to Kaseya Center. Visit KaseyaCenter.com for a complete list or to purchase tickets.
Let's get back to Vegas. The Heat Summer League on the Miami Heat audio experience.
Jason Jackson here, Amy Alibert immediately to the right hand of the throne.
Oh, that's a nice way.
I went to Sunday school. So I wanted to talk.
I wouldn't know.
Not the Adalbert family experience. Is that what you're saying?
No,
you wouldn't know that I would.
Yes.
Oh, you're clowning on the fact that I do not exude.
I did go to Sunday school as well.
I went to Sunday school. I didn't realize you were taking a hit right there. With the Suns up 39-26, 150 remains in the first half. Pump gets in the hands of Adij. He moves it to Bouye. Bouye sidestep, jumper inside the left elbow. I should say left wing doesn't go. Offensive rebound by, and Orlando puts it up and in with ease. And we have a delay of game warning on Miami.
And Orlando's had a couple really, I know he's 4 points, but I specifically remember the other one too. They've been tough finishes inside, both on the left-hand side where he's using his right, but it's because that's the proper lane as Miami forces a timeout with some full court pressure.
Super strong. That count was getting close to the 5 count on the inbound. And by the way, the stoppage a moment ago, I'm getting other. That's my note right now is other. I thought it was a warning to the Heat bench, maybe for, the new rule from last year, a little early
decorum?
standing and decorum on the bench, exactly. But you get a warning first before the technical. But listen, the officials that are here, primarily G League officials, or some WNBA officials, even though they're in season, getting an opportunity here, and some of the more, let's say, underexperienced or lower experienced NBA officials are getting more opportunity to work in the lab here in Summer League as well.
Reps, right? I mean, it's great for them as well. They're certainly going to be calling bench decorum if it's an issue because they have to. I don't like the rule.
They get
I don't
graded
like
on
I
every little thing.
I don't
you gotta
like
have empathy for that.
I don't like. I know. There's fans that pay a lot of money, as you always remind me, that sit behind the bench. I don't like the bench decorum rule because sometimes it's hard. I'm not saying it's hard to be consistent about it, right? Because you can sit there and watch film, but guys are fired up.
Last 2 minutes of fourth quarter and overtime. You're allowed to.
How kind?
Get hype, baby.
How kind?
Get hype. Come on.
But doesn't you'd think the fans would want to see those last 2 minutes and possibly in overtime.
They won't. Jamal Kane leading all scores with 10 points in the first half. He's hit 3 of 6, including 2 money balls, 2 for 2 from the line.
Mark it, 1:32, Heat trailing 11. Can they get it to 8-5? Gets them a little bit of momentum. We're feeling a little bit better trailing in to the second half.
Full court pressure remains on the baseline inbound. Suns get it in quickly. These creating dynamics for Brown as he brings it up. Check that Sherfield. Sherfield gets to the right elbow, pulls it back out top. These has not left his pocket. 9 on the shot clock. Sherfield finally gets off of it. Left wing 3 doesn't go. For Phoenix.
That's I mean, force that. Wow.
Bouye, the stutter and the go. He misses. Robinson had the offensive rebound and squirts away. Sherfield had it, got it to Brown. Brown fires a 3, top of the arc. Nothing but air. Beach gets the rebound. He's pushing. He got hit. The whistle's a little late, but a whistle nonetheless as he got hacked before the coach's stripe on the right-hand side.
And these are these little moments. You look at a guy like Chase Adichie who's auditioning, who's working for a contract, whether that's Miami or other teams. Last couple minutes, I mean, he's shown some really great stuff. And staying with Sherfield, who's a very quick and explosive guard from rim to rim and almost through the duration of the shot clock, is pretty impressive.
Adichie into Funk, gets it right back, gets to the right side of the bucket, puts it right in. Almost got too deep, but got back to the right for the right-hand layup.
And against a bigger defender, that's not a lot of space, not a lot of room for forgiveness when you're undersized. He's doing it at both ends right now.
Suns 39, Heat 30. 30 seconds remain in the second quarter. Flag to the bottom of the circle. Kicks it out left wing for 3. That one's all. Lende fired from 25. It's off the mark, and the Heat holding for the last shot. 9 seconds to go. Bouye gets down on the left side. Gets to the left elbow, kicks it out top. Funk, sidestep for 3. Doesn't go. And that's how the half will end with the Suns up 39-30. When we come back, it's the Heat halftime report. Amy's going to catch up with the birthday boy, Orlando Robinson. Jordan year today. 23 for the young fella. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
You love watching, following, and sometimes even playing the game. Don't ever let an injury keep you from it. Let the all-pro staff at Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, the official sports medicine provider of the Miami Heat, get you back to what you love. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information. Doesn't it feel good to know you can go where the pros go?
Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Miami Heat, the home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps, has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. We bring brands to life. Call us today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what we can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
Can health insurance be a doorway to a healthier life? To yoga classes? To nutrition classes? to nurses you don't need an appointment to see, or even community specialists who give you access to helpful resources. It can. Our Florida Blue Centers offer all that and a whole lot more. All you have to do is walk through the door. What else can health insurance do? Find out at floridablue.com. Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
Hey, Heat Nation, the best way to celebrate a Heat win is with Papa John's Pizza. Because when the Heat win, you win too. The day after a Heat win, get 50% off online orders at regular menu price when you order from the Papa John's app or papajohns.com using the promo code HEATWIN. And don't forget to join Papa Rewards for exclusive items and score points towards free pizza with every order. Papa John's, the official delivery pizza of the Miami Heat. Offer valid for online orders only. Not valid with other discounts. Delivery fee and taxes extra and are not subject to discount offer.
Hey, it's the Good Greek Spiro, and we all know that an important part of winning a championship is getting there. And as the Miami Heat pursues another championship year, they trust the Good Greek to get them there. And when it's time for you to move like the Miami Heat and call Good Greek Moving and Storage. Whether it's local or long distance, go to goodgreek.com. Good Greek Moving and Storage, the official movers of the Miami Heat.
Good Greek Moving and Storage, your superhero movers.
Summer League Halftime Report on the Miami Heat audio experience.
Brought to you by Amarant, official bank of the Miami Heat. Member FDIC. By the UPS Store. Be unstoppable. And by Ticketmaster, official ticket partner of the Miami Heat.
Here in Las Vegas, Summer League halftime here at Orlando Robinson. Before we talk about the basketball, let's talk about you a little bit. It doesn't go unnoticed. This is your hometown, Las Vegas. First of all, what's it like coming home and playing with a Miami Heat jersey on in front of probably a lot of familiar faces?
It's a great feeling. I mean, ever since I was in college, I love coming home and playing in front of my family. It's like one of the things I like about playing basketball, that I can get on the stage and my family can get excited and cheer for me and see all the hard work I put in. So, just being able to come do that in Summer League, and again, because I did it last year, but coming into the Miami Heat, it's just a great feeling, honestly.
Playing for the Las Vegas Knicks, your AAU team, did you ever come out and watch Summer League as a growing up?
I lived here. Yeah. I mean, I worked this. Like, I was on the clocks. I was like doing the time on. I was one of them kids. Like, I was always in Summer League. Like, Summer League is like part of like Vegas. In a sense, like, because every summer, like, I was either playing or I was in here, like, just watching all the competition go. So that's, like, a lot of where my motivation came to play in Summer League one day.
That's full circle right there. What's the key to surviving the convectional oven when you step outside here in Vegas in the summers? Because we're still trying to figure it out.
Hats. Don't wear black, but I wear black everywhere, so it doesn't really matter. And just... wear some sunscreen. These sun rays do get very powerful, but I'm used to it. I was born here, but
No, you're talking to a Canadian here, so
I don't know. You don't got sun rays like that in Canada. I don't think so.
No, we're figuring it out still. Let's talk hoops for a little bit. The 3 for 4 from 3. I know that's been important to you. I thought it was really interesting. You brought up Kevin Love. I think it was a couple weeks ago about someone you're kind of like plugging into the offense. But when you become that stretch forward type of player, it's not just 3-point shooting, right? There's like other things that you have to do. How do you take those steps and progress to be that type of player?
I mean, just watching the people in front of you that are doing it. I mean, like you said, Kevin Love, like I was watching him and watch how he impacted the game with his size, his ability. And I said, I could do that. And so coming into this next year, just focusing on those intangibles, like how he defends, how he takes charges. I'm taking the charges a little. I gotta work on that one. I ain't never really took charges ever, but just doing all those things for the team is where it really took a turning point in the season. So just being able to watch that and see that and add that to my game is good because I have somebody in front of me that can do it instead of me just trying to figure it out.
Absolutely. We are all loving you and what you're doing out there. So keep it going. Congratulations. And go get another 36 and 11.
Got you. I will. Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back for the third quarter.
It's time for easier, and buying a Yamaha Wave Runner has never been easier. With the largest stock in South Florida, and with special offers during the Perfect Choice sales event, quick and easy financing and APR as low as 3.99% for 60 months. What are you waiting for? 2022 models are arriving. Jet Ski of Miami, your go-to dealer for anything Yamaha. Jet Ski of Miami and Fisherman's Boat Group, your Yamaha Marine Superstore for over 60 years. JetSkiofMiami.com. Main retail prices not include prep, freight, or tax. Monthly APR rate on price based on Tier 1 qualifying APR. See dealer for details.
At the UPS store, not every small business needs the same thing, but every small business needs something. We're the scanning and faxing store, the printing store, the packing and shipping store,
I need my designing place and my printing place to be the same place store.
We're the one-stop, right around the corner, everything you need so you can be unstoppable store. The UPS store. Be unstoppable. The UPS store locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
Imagine a bank that is always in your court, one that sees their customers as part of a team with a common goal to achieve your dreams. Well, imagine that. There is one. We're Amarant. We're ready to help you wherever you are in life. And just as importantly, wherever you want to go. Because at Amarant, we want you to live a life beyond what you could imagine. Amarant, official bank of the Miami Heat. Member FDIC.
The season is here, and so is your chance to experience all the thrilling Heat basketball live and in the stands. As the official marketplace of the NBA, Ticketmaster has got you covered with the largest selection of seats of any ticketing marketplace. Do not miss any of the action. Grab your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com/Heat.
Injured in a crash? You deserve Anajar Levine. We stand up to the big insurance companies. They want you to settle for a fraction of what your case is worth, but we'll fight to get you the maximum money for your injuries. Experience the Anajar Levine difference. Call me, Glenn Levine, at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Main office, Fort Lauderdale.
Time for more Hot Heat Summer League action on the Miami Heat audio experience.
Second half underway here in Vegas. It's Adalbert. It's Jackson. Suns up 39-30. The Heat trying to make a pushback, and they start with a little defense. And I mean, every time the defense happens, it's mirroring the regular Miami Heat team, the Summer League team. Everybody bouncing up, and this is a hit right into the chest of the Miami Heat defensive squad there as Simpson was trying to make that power move to the rim.
And Drew Peterson coming over and taking the charge, and that's what you're talking about. That is, there's no way it's a flop. Established position, took the contact.
Peterson at the rim. Beautiful feed that doesn't go in. He'll head to the line as Orlando Robinson hit him nicely from outside the left block.
And Drew Peterson has been starting for the Miami Heat. It came up yesterday in practice with Caron Butler, talking a little bit about him, and he's got a great shot. You watch him shoot the ball, his rotation, awesome. As you just heard that swoosh from the free throw line. But you don't just get to start at any professional level only because you can shoot. You've got to be able to do other things. And Caron said he understood how to play off all the other guys. He knows how to play the game without the ball in his hands, and really impressed with his defensive ability too. So the first two possessions of this half, you're seeing him show on both sides.
Jumper free throw line goes down for Sherfield as he missed the net. And by the way, I think we got another delay of game warning, which means I believe that's their second one, so they got to get a technical, and the Heat bench is letting the officiating crew know that they're in delay in their assessment. You brought up Peterson starting. He started all 4 games, 2 here in Vegas, 2 in California. Started and scored 8 of his 13 points against Boston, all in the first quarter. So he has that, what does Spo like to say, ignitability.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, you watch him shoot the ball, but he's earned that through other things he's been able to show in his practice training camp as well.
As Jokic knocks down the technical free throw. So Suns 41, Heat 33, 9:15 here in the third. Heat ball. As Smith brings it up, right-hand dribble, gets to the right elbow, kicks it out top. Peterson catch the fire. Top of the arc, he rips the net.
There it is.
The message has gotten through.
Automatic.
Catch it, let it fly.
Oh,
got a foul call, and the Heat defense is, hype coming out in the second half. They want everything. Suns up 41-36, 8:56 here in the third quarter. That foul is on Smith. His second, team's first.
Drew Smith did a great job, and I thought he was squared up as well. That's called a turn. You're getting the offensive player to switch his path because you beat him to the spot. I don't like that foul call at all.
Right baseline work by Kamara. Kicks it out into the hands of Sherfield. Long two inside the right wing. Nothing but net with Kane in his face. Suns 43, Heat 36. Ball kicked into the left corner. Kane kicks it to Robinson. Back to Kane. Working left side. We got a foul call, a little shove, as Robinson and Kane were working a little two-man work.
Yeah, defender wrapped Robinson up, and this is when we talk about the movement, the off ball, the not just stretch for shooting a three, but all that stuff, that exchange. Orlando Robinson is constantly moving without the ball in his hands, and that's such a big part of the evolution from becoming just a back-to-the-basket center to a player that does it all.
Jovic's offer from the free throw line doesn't go. Back the other way. 3-point shot from Brown doesn't go. Ball knocked around. Kane grabs it. He gets hit. That foul's going to be on Jemison. That's his fifth. You get a whole bunch in the summer league, by the way.
You get 10.
Yeah, you get to hang out for a while.
But still, 5, you're already halfway there.
And we are past halftime, 8:20.
Just past halftime.
Here in the third quarter.
Selfishly, I'd love to see somebody foul out.
It's been a while. You'll see it every now and then. It's been a while since
Would you get him to sign the box score?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. Here's Jovic pulling it back. 3. It doesn't go from the top of the arc, shaded to the right side. Here comes Brown. Left side, little hesitation. I think he carried that ball, by the way. And on the attacking D, he draws the foul. Actually, he was passing, so that's probably going to be side out of bounds. Second team foul for Heat. And I am correct. It's going to be side. I thought it was going to be baseline inbound, but it would be near side. Brown will handle it. Brown 1 for 4 in 13 minutes. 3 points, 3 rebounds, and a single dime. Kicks to Sherfield out top. He works left side. Gets left elbow now. Right elbow. Spins. Gets it back. Fires a brick. Ball's loose. Going to be Heat ball as it comes off the hands of Kamara.
Just a little at a time, right? One possession at a time.
Suns 43, Heat 36, 7:40 to go here in the third quarter. Second game for both the Suns and the Heat here in the Vegas portion of Summer League. Here's Jovic driving down the lane. Lost it, got it to Big O. Robinson puts it up. He got hit. No bucket. He'll go to the line. Just 2 for 4 in 17 minutes for Robinson. We say just because he's coming off by an explosive 36 and 11 rebound performance, 36-point, 11 rebound performance.
Well, it's probably not much of a coincidence that things have been a little bit tougher for him.
Got everybody's attention
in this game, right? Top of the scout, but that was a nice exchange there with Jovic, who also got bumped a little on his way to the rim, but he was able to get the ball inside. And there's Orlando, patient, strong attempt at the finish. He got clobbered, hits the first free throw right now, but that's it. I just felt Orlando just doesn't try to overcomplicate things. He just takes care of his business on the court, and it's really done him well, hasn't it?
The head coach for the Summer League, Teron Butler, noting, quote, "This is the thing we talked about during the course of the season. He was ready. He was prepared."
He did a lot of things that weren't easy. The conditioning, you saw how many times he was out there running, and that's not fun. That's not easy, but his game's developed because of it.
Robinson made both free throws and then a bucket down on the other end by the Suns. Right back they go as Jemison knocks one down from 16 feet. Suns 45, Heat 38. Just over 7 minutes remain here in the third quarter. A little bit later, we'll be joined by Heat assistant coach Octavio de la Grana. Looking forward to that conversation as Jovic fires and misses from the left wing. Here come the Suns the other way. Took it out top into the hands of Sherfield. He gets at the car who whips the net as he's back in the contest. His first make from the edges. 1 for 1. He's got 5 points off the bench. Phoenix 48, Heat 38, 6:27. Peterson ripping the net from the top of the arc.
Peterson got told, if you're open, you better shoot the ball. He went 1 for 3 in both of those games in California, 3 for 5 in game 1 here in Vegas. And you see it, the automatic, right? If he sees a window and he catches, he's got to let it fly. He's unconscious.
7-point game, Heat fighting back, and a foul inside as Orlando Robinson challenges Jemison. Actually, that was Kamara who went up chest to chest with Robinson. Tamani Kamara, 2 years at Dayton, then 2 years with the Bulldogs of Georgia. One of only 2 drafted players on the Suns' Vegas Summer League roster. Juwan Evans also in the mix.
It's from Belgium. Look at that. Fun.
Gotta be from somewhere. You know what I mean?
Good point, Jeff.
Moved to the United States when he was 16.
Yeah.
And so now that's been what? 7 years. Here in the land of the free and the home of the brave. A couple different universities. He learned about the portal, didn't he?
Yeah.
Figured that out.
I think everybody knows about the portal nowadays.
Oh, man. 48-41. 5:48 remains here in the third quarter. And we should have ourselves a timeout, and we do when we come back. Coach O on the microphone. We're excited to talk to him about his experience and the hard work and development he does, not just for the player, but also for the coaching staff and a few broadcasters, by the way. He calms a couple of us down as well. Suns 48, Heat 41, 5:48 remains here in the third quarter. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
There's nothing sweeter than the sound of a step-back 3 ripping through the net, or the chirp of your opponent's sneakers squeaking after a nasty crossover. Except maybe the roaring of the crowd after a perfectly executed Eurostep. But those moves don't just happen overnight. You have to put in the work. Countless hours of practice, relentless dedication, and endless preparation. At Kia, we've mastered a move of our own, and it's called the Telluride. Its available 3.8-liter V6 engine didn't just magically appear. We built it from the ground up. And how do you think it got 291 horsepower? Luck? Think again. You don't put on a performance this unstoppable without sweating every detail. So the next time you see someone splash a 30-foot fadeaway, remember how hard it is to make it look so easy. And the next time you're behind the wheel of a Kia Telluride, be inspired by the way it glides so effortlessly. Kia is the official vehicle of the Miami Heat. Kia, movement that inspires.
Time for more Hot Heat Summer League action on the Miami Heat audio experience.
Suns 48, Heat 41, 5:48 remains here in the third quarter. A pleasure to be joined by Miami Heat assistant coach Octavio De La Grana. Spoon says you are the Yoda of the entire group. I would say you're the Yoda of the organization because not only does he and the other coaches lean on you and your excellence and experience, players do, and a few of the broadcasters do. We're not going to name names around here, but somebody got me through youth athletics, and his name is Coach O.
Oh, man.
How do you love that responsibility, that moniker that the head coach puts upon you?
Listen, it's, we're a family, man. And so I come from I have a big family myself. So, anything that, our family, we sacrifice for each other. We're there to lean on each other. And we're close. We're close. We spend, 41 nights on the road, a lot of games. And, we're there. We're there for each other. And I lean on everybody. I've leaned on you as well. So we're all in it together.
I love it.
Coach, having the opportunity to observe a little bit more with the summer league group, what are your observations from what you see?
I like the opportunity. A lot of times these guys just need a chance to play. And, they all have great resumes. They all were successful college, overseas, G League. But, when you come out here on this, you get a few minutes. You might not get any minutes. So I just think when they take advantage of the opportunity, we've seen guys in the past, Tyler Johnson, for example, come in, didn't play for 3 games in the summer league in Orlando, and he comes in and just, turns it on. And it's about, honestly, taking advantage of your opportunity.
Miami Heat assistant coach Octavio De La Grana with us here on the Miami Heat audio experience. Coach, you've seen everything in Heat history. You are Miami through and through, one of the great high school coaches to do it, not just, by the way, in basketball. The man had baseball teams that'll make some people weep around Miami-Dade County. But as you've watched this all grow, now in 36 years, what most settles in you in your love of this game and what this team has become to South Florida and beyond?
Well, until 1988, we were football. We're still considered, a lot of people think it's a football town, but I think Miami Heat has definitely, established himself in our community and in the state of Florida as an organization that a lot of people look up to in every different sport, in all different sports. And the consistency that we've had since Coach Riley Spo, the Harrison family have been around, we just check in and we're all black, man. We wear our shirt. We're together. We come. We're as an organization. We have great leadership, great consistency, and I think our players believe in that when they walk into our building every day.
Every now and then, I just put on a white polo or a little turquoise.
Hey.
To give you all a little extra color.
Hey, listen, the only one guy can pull that off
polos.
now. There's only one of you, man.
And I would tell you, Amy, as I hand it back over to you, the fun part about getting on bus 2 when we're on the road is getting dapped by Coach O.
Yeah.
Let me know how clean I am, like I don't have a mirror.
That's a fact, man. Hey, I love seeing that, what you bring into the game every night. You know it.
Coach O, it's always a pleasure, man. Quinny's next up. He's going to try to wiggle out if we don't get him on.
I got you.
So we're going to head to break. Thank you for the time
all right, always.
and your leadership.
You guys are the best. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right.
Coach Taylor Grana with us here as the Suns are trying to keep the heat off their neck. It's a 1-point game, 48-47. Suns with the edge. We're back in a moment. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
The reunion tour is coming to the Kaseya Center on Friday, October 6th, featuring the legendary Kirk Franklin, Ty Tribbett, the Clark Sister, and more. And the Jonas Brothers, one night, 5 albums, performing at Kaseya Center on Saturday, October 14th. And rapper Black is bringing his Since I Have a Lover tour on Wednesday, November 22nd. These and many other events are on their way to Kaseya Center. Visit KaseyaCenter.com for a complete list or to purchase tickets.
Join us Thursday night at 5:30 for Game 3 of the Las Vegas Summer League as the Miami Heat take on a team they eliminated in the first round of the 2023 playoffs, the Milwaukee Bucks. You will not want to miss a moment of our coverage as Jax and I provide you with a unique audio experience. In addition to covering the game, we will have exclusive interviews with Miami Heat coaches and will be joined by some very special guests. We look forward to having you join us for the Heat audio experience starting Thursday night at 5:30.
Time for more Hot Heat Summer League action on the Miami Heat audio experience.
Heat pushing back against the Suns. 48-47 is our score with 3:54 remaining in the third quarter. Time now to spend some time with Miami Heat assistant coach Chris Quinn. Now, Quinn, I know that, you're focused in, you're helping out, Karan and dealing with Spo with the offseason exit and getting ready for the next season. But, man, I want to talk about you getting out to the depths of the Atlantic Ocean and pulling that mahi out. How's it been?
It's been good. When I can get out there and when the weather cooperates. But yeah, I like it. I love to get out there. It clears my mind. It's certainly a hobby. Take the family, friends. We get after it.
I'm about a year and a half from my boat. We're going to name it Jack's On, by the way. It's going to be an exceptional experience. A lot of people like to make fun of those who have purchased the boat because they just want to be the person that has a friend that has the boat. The old saying, the happy days, there's only 2 for a boat owner, the one when they buy it and the day they sell it. I want to go into this with a better spirit. So
I disagree. I totally disagree with that saying.
Thank you, buddy.
And quite honestly, we've created a lot of great memories on the boat. Things that, you can't put a price on with my family and friends.
Love that.
So I'm very happy with the purchase.
Thank you. And thank you for the encouragement. I'm going to put some cash down myself. Amy, get to the hood.
Well, I was going to say, I do agree. As a daughter of fishermen, his 3 daughters loved when he woke us up at 5:30 in the morning to spend the entire morning on the water. But I guess looking back, it was all right. I would like to talk, if you don't mind. Here we go again with this game right here. Just your thoughts. Obviously, the offense a little sticky to get started, but it's a 1-point game. probably a lot from the defensive end. But what's your grade on what's happened out there this afternoon?
Oh, I love it. I mean, they're grinding through it. It was certainly an ugly first half, specifically offensively, all the turnovers. That's part of Summer League. It's also part of the Heat way. You figure out a way to win. We've really fought back, grinded here in this third quarter. We're right here where we want to be, going into the fourth.
And I was going to ask you, some of those turnovers, and really a couple earlier in the California Classic as well. Sometimes it's overpassing, right? Where you're just, and as a coach, is there an appreciation for at least trying to get everybody involved in these situations where you do have guys that, of course, are auditioning and all that fun stuff, but trying, is it, or is it just a matter of you got to shoot that ball?
Yeah, obviously, if you get an open shot, you got to let it fly and shoot it, and then. We're always bringing in guys that, are trying to play the right way at the same time. And, if we can get an offensive flow and everybody helping everyone else out on the court, then everyone will look a lot better than, the ball sticking and turning the ball over. That's for sure.
Peterson ripping it. Long two from inside the arc on the left side. He's now 3 for 3. The Heat's first lead tonight, up 49-48 with 2:33 to go here in the third quarter. We've had guys in the past that kind of fit the Peterson message, right? Like, but if you come here and you have that skill set, man, you got to let it fly. How long does it take to free a kid from his high school, his AAU, his college thinking that sometimes smothers a kid's inspiration to be a little daring from the edges?
Yeah, I mean, it's something they, haven't always had to play that way. But we encourage them to if you're open, let it fly. We did it with a lot of our guys in the past, and we don't want to see a ton of shot fakes. If you're open, we want you to let it fly, play your game, and obviously, he's fitting in that mold right now. And then, we got other guys as well that, we bring in for a reason. Our front office does an incredible job, bringing in our kind of guys, and. We're always super excited to see these guys battle it out, compete, for spots in the Summer League.
Heat assistant coach Chris Quinn with us here on the Miami Heat Audio Experience. Are you still really tough on the shooters, Coach? I mean, when Duncan came up, you used to wear him out. You had him, and listen, it made him the best three-point shooter in Heat history, right? So sometimes you gotta get into the cranium to get people ready to do what they can do inside.
Yeah, we're tough on everyone. That's part of what we do. We work hard. We have fun. We compete at a high level, but the player development is something we take really serious. Every workout, is intentional in order to help them when they get their chance in a real game situation. And yeah, we definitely are constantly yelling and encouraging at the same time. I love it.
When you look at Summer League and guys in particular, Orlando, Nico, Drew, Jamari, who are now supposed to kind of step into a bit of a leadership role in this position, what is your advice to them as they shift?
Yeah, this is something all of them have put in the sweat equity. They were working while we were in the playoffs extremely hard. Even after the season, none of them went home. They took very short breaks. They were back in the gym. They were gearing up for this moment, and all of them have put in a ton of time, a ton of hard work, and we encourage them to lead this group and to step into a bigger role, use your voice, and that goes for whether you're having a great game or not. Obviously these guys have all played well so far in the Summer League, but some games better than others, and regardless, we want them to lead this group and help everyone else as well.
Miami Heat lead assistant coach Chris Quinn, we appreciate the time. Thank you so much, buddy.
Jax, thank you.
You got it.
Appreciate you guys.
We got ourselves a three-point game with $1:22 remaining here in the third quarter. Suns 54, Heat 51. Heat with 3 double-digit scores on the board. Kane, Robinson, and Peterson. Look inside by the Heat. Couldn't get that one to go, so here come the Suns right back. Just over a minute to go here in the third. Not a single double-digit score for the Suns, so it's a bit of a community affair. I missed there. Bouye with the rebound that comes carrying him down hard off the iron into his hand. Gets it to Kane. Downhill. Elevates and fires into the right corner. And it's going to be
That's a charge on Kane, but that's one of the ones where you say, I think that may have been a flop.
Oh, really? Let's take a look. Took the hit. Oh, that was tender. It was ginger. It was a foul on Kane.
Yeah.
So that's all said and done. This is first person. Jumper from the free throw line. And it goes for Gabe Brown. He's the first double-digit score on the board for Phoenix. They're up 56-51 with 32 seconds to go here in the third. Booyah to Peterson. Catches, fires for three. It's off from the top of the arc. Sliding to the right. Kane with the offensive rebound. Powers up. Got hit. Didn't get the bucket. But he'll go to the line to try to tighten this game up to a three-point contest with 24.2 remaining in the third quarter. We'll visit with Miami Heat Chief Video Coordinator Dan Basaccio just a moment. Gives a feel for the push forward as he's one of the lead assistants for Caron Butler during the Summer League.
And I am anticipating a push, to say the least, in the fourth quarter. Let's not forget, the goal is still to win, right? You win these Summer League games. You're part of the team that gets to play on the 17th. It means so. Remember, I think, was it last year? There was a lot of talk about that. Were they giving out rings, Summer League rings?
Give out championship trophy and rings now.
Are they doing rings this year again?
I have not seen them, but I couldn't imagine that being off the table as Kane made both. And an answer back at the other end by the Suns, Mr. Brown. And that's how it'll end. As there are two Browns, I will clarify that it is Perry Brown Jr. out of Kansas State that got that last bucket. As we stand by for our quarter break conversation with Dan Basaccio, Miami Heat's assistant coach, get a little conversation in before those headsets are on him, with the Heat trailing by 5, 58-53, as we head to the fourth quarter. Dan getting in a little conversation with Jovic before the headset finds its way over to him. $14 points on the board right now for Jamal Kane, getting some time now on NBA TV with our buddy Dennis Scott. And I think we got the headsets on Dan's head now. Dan, can you hear us?
I absolutely can.
My man, what a nice little pushback. Game started a lot of turnovers, really sloppy, but the team came out with a lot of defensive tenacity there in the third quarter. What are you expecting, demanding here in the push in the fourth to go 2-0 here in Vegas?
Well, listen, it wouldn't be a Miami Heat game if we didn't have a second half push here, especially in the fourth quarter. So that's what I'm really hoping for. But no, we really like the activity in the second half, getting out, playing, and communicating. It's been great.
Drew Peterson's really come on fire here in that third quarter, but also defensively. He steps up and does some good stuff too. What do you see from him on that end?
A lot of his communication. I think he's been down in the stance. He's playing well, and he's playing with confidence, and that's something that we really trust in him. We've liked what he's been putting in so far since training camp, and it's starting to show, which is great.
GB, good luck down the stretch. We appreciate the time.
Appreciate you guys.
Suns 58, Heat 53. Miami Heat's video coordinator, Dan Basaccio, assistant coach with us here in the summer. A loud voice, by the way, that is heard. Caron takes really a page from Spo's approach. A lot of voices. Let the staff work and impact things, even in summer league.
One band, one sound.
Oh, that's broadcasting. That's our motto. But we'll share.
With the concept.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Play to the Bumblebee. Here we go.
Because we are a gnarly group, like the team, right?
Oh, we can be.
We can steal that too.
Oh, absolutely. Peterson with another three, by the way, making it a 2-point game, 58-56. Nothing going for the Suns on the attempt on the other end. Here's Booyah.
And a challenge by Peterson. I just want to make that point, right? I mean, defensively, he's pretty on his P's and Q's as well.
Williams tries to get it into the hands of Robinson, just about a quarter inch ahead. Let's pause 10 seconds, allow stations to identify themselves. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
The Miami Heat play here. WQAM Miami, WPOW HD2 Miami, WKIS HD2 Boca Raton. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Sun 60, Heat 56, 8:56 to go in Game 2 of the Summer League portion here in Vegas. As Bouye forces it into Robinson, turnover. Here come the Suns the other way. And Bouye doubles down with the foul going in the other direction.
Last couple turnovers on the possessions. You appreciate the guards trying to get in the paint, making those little passes, but Orlando's not catching it in a position to be successful. A lot of the passes, there's too many bodies around him where he's not quite set with his position. And again, this is something that Drew talked specifically about Kyle about, was that he was so good at setting guys up in the right time and right place. And so you appreciate the intention. This is where that big be quick, don't hurry has to come into play. Cannot turn the ball over. Fourth quarter, 4-point game.
60-56, Suns in front, and they create a little more separation. The bucket right there. Number 23, Jordan Usher. He's at 4 of 6 now. He's got 9 points off the bench. Suns 62, Heat 56. And on that whistle, ladies and gentlemen, we bring on the microphone, now starting his 36th season as the lead voice on the television side for the Miami Heat. We say good afternoon and good evening to Eric Reed, my man.
Good to see you, Jax. Good to see you, Amy. Nothing like Summer League. It's really a unique experience every time you come here.
It's fantastic, man. And you've seen it. I think next year they're going to celebrate their 20th anniversary in the early 2000s, being a part of a massive landscape of a bunch of summer leagues. And now you get a little couple. You get Salt Lake, you get California, but this is the centerpiece. What most amazes you about how this has grown over 2 decades?
Well, the fact that all 30 teams bought in, Jax, and that it's become the thing to do. Nobody picks and chooses where they go anymore. Everybody comes here. And besides, listen, the basketball is the main thing. These young guys trying to earn a spot either somewhere in the NBA or they're scouts from around the world representing every other pro team in the universe that are going to sign players out of this league. So it's very competitive. It's serious for the young players that are playing. But it's also the world's largest basketball cocktail hour, minus the cocktails. I mean,
those are later and also at the hotel and casino. But yeah, they don't serve them here.
In this building, it's really, Jackson. I mean, you guys see it for yourself. It's see plenty, and also be seen by many in our profession, but not in the TV business, in the basketball business. So it's really cool interacting with coaches at every level, including your man Eric Musselman. The other day, yesterday, I got a chance to visit with him. But it's A to Z. There's everybody in the basketball world is pretty much right here.
Yeah.
While we're reflecting a little bit, for me, first year, I'm looking at this run, thinking, what is happening right now? But 35th year, Eric. Now that we're 27 days post the season, what was that experience, that 2 months or so, 6 weeks, like? What was that like for you to experience and witness?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It really was, because it was, by Heat standards, I would say it was a forgettable regular season, but an unforgettable playoff run. And that's what you either remember or not. I mean, it's what you do in the playoffs. And of all the times we've seen the Heat make it to the finals 7 times, that was the most joyful, unexpected, surprising, a journey that did not have the usual baggage of expectations. Usually you get that far, you've carried around a truckload of expectations the whole year. Nobody but the 15 guys in that locker room and the coaching staff thought what happened was possible. And it was right from game 1 in Milwaukee. I mean, that's where it started. It didn't stop till we ran into a better team in Denver. But some of those moments along the way were so special. You know, first of all, to beat the Bucks, the team with the best record in the league, and the way they did it. The Heat-Knicks thing brought back memories from 2 decades ago, and we exercised a few demons along the way.
Amen.
The Celtics series was a spectacular payback, you know? I mean, because what happened to the Heat 2 years ago had never happened to the Heat before, losing 3 home games in the same series, and the pain of losing that Game 7 at home. and then a year later to do the exact same thing to them, to win 3 games in Boston. We never had a series where we won 3 games on the road in a series, and to do it the way we did, I thought it was, that culture term that has been used and overused and by some abused. It was never, in my mind, more brightly illuminated than this playoff run. And Game 7 told you everything about the Heat culture and what goes into being a Heat player. Was all there for Game 7, because Game 6 was the most crushing defeat I've ever witnessed a Heat team have. And that Derek White tip-in would have been the most singular, haunting moment in the 35-year history of a franchise. I drove home that night with my wife. I said, I'm never going to be able to look at that side of the court and that basket and not think about that.
Yeah.
And instead of that just awful memory, it becomes, the shining obstacle overcome and just another obstacle overcome. And so for me, the highlight of the whole thing was Game 7 in Boston.
Yeah.
Suns 64, Heat 61, halfway through the fourth quarter. Kiss off the glass for Phoenix, now up by 5. Visiting with Eric Reed here on the Miami Heat Audio Experience. E, before we get into looking ahead, what you've seen so far from this summer group, both from afar in California and now here in Las Vegas, what are some of the bullet points that are starting to form for you?
Well, number one, Jovic. He hasn't played well today, but boy, in Sacramento and 2 days ago, you're starting to see it come into focus for the first time, that this young 20-year-old guy has added strength, and you're starting to, now that he's healthy, see the skill that, at 6'11" he has. Intriguing player. You can understand why the Heat drafted him, and for the first time, you look at him and say, yes, this guy's got a chance. I was really happy for Orlando Robinson 2 nights ago when he put up a 36-point game. So this is scary for guys that have been in the league a year or two, and you're in this, or if you're a highly drafted player. The last thing you want to do here is blend in. You want to stand out, and it's not a sure sign that you're going to make it, but it's certainly a good sign that you got a chance to make it. And unfortunately, we didn't get to see much of Jaquez, but it was nice for all of us to get a chance to meet with him and get to know him. And that's what some of this is about for us. You get on page 1, day 1 for the new season and get to meet your young players. So everywhere you go and people see you wearing Heat gear, if they're in the NBA, they're complimenting the Heat on the drafting of Jaquez Jr. He seems like he was a perfect choice for the Heat that late in the round.
Eric, if you'll hang with us through the break, we'll project as safely as we can to the 2023-24 season. So hang with us. Suns ahead of Miami. They can feel the heat on their neck. 68-64. That's all of us here at 140,000 degrees here in Vegas. 4:29 remaining in the contest. The Heat is on the radio.
Heat fans, Crazy Andy for the Miami Heat Store with tonight's item of the game. Crazy Andy wants to thank you for listening to the Miami Heat Audio Experience. For your loyalty, I have a special item of the game deal just for you. From now until Tuesday, 10 a.m., you get half off Matchup Volume 2 shorts. Log on to the MiamiHeatStore.com and enter the promo code VEGAS. That's Vegas, VEGAS, and you'll get 50% off Matchup Volume 2 shorts. I know you need a new pair of Miami Heat shorts, and this deal is just for you. But you better act fast because this offer ends on Tuesday, 10 a.m.
This is Jason Jackson with the Miami Heat, and I'm here to introduce you to Accordis, preferred partner of the Miami Heat. Accordis provides the latest technology to help us and many more enterprises like yours to thrive with their solutions for network, managed print, IT security, and more. They hold one of South Florida's largest authorized partner networks, partnering with Cisco, Microsoft, Samsung, LG, Xerox, Dell, HP, and dozens more. Accordis gives your business the fast and effective tech game plan it needs to continue to win. To start winning with us, contact Accordis today at 1-888-331-3134 or visit them at www.accordiscorp.com.
Let's get back to Vegas. The Heat Summer League on the Miami Heat Audio Experience.
It's a fourth quarter and the Heat are involved, so you know what it is. It's a tight game. Right now, you would call this a clutch contest during the regular season. You would have already shouted it out.
This is 55.
4:29 remaining. And it is a 4-point game. We're visiting with Eric Reed. Eric, this is a very interesting offseason in that our job is very specific. We always talk about what we know. and then we let the world speculate. But the Damian Lillard dynamic is so massive. It's got a hold of the entire offseason right now, and that will make its way the way that it makes its way. But it's been interesting to experience guys like Vincent and Strus who are moving on to other things in other places. We're happy for them and what they're able to do, particularly financially for themselves and their family. A neat return with Josh Richardson. Fun getting to know Thomas Bryant here in Las Vegas, and how nice is it to have Kevin Love back. The things we know, Eric, your thoughts?
First thought is it's nice to be here with the two of you who have become such a great radio team really fast.
Thank you,
and it's fun to share in your summer league joy here. Listen, the off season always brings change, no matter what kind of season you come off of. And what's the harsh turn to reality is when you go as far as the Heat went in the mid-June, and a week or two later, players are leaving your franchise, and you're already thinking about next year. The rest of the league's been off 2 months. Listen, I don't know what's going to happen. None of us do. It is the talk of the NBA world right now. It's everywhere you walk around here, people have an opinion on it. It's complicated. It's a complicated deal, and we'll see what happens. But with the Heat, there's no wasted moments. There's no wasted opportunities. You're this close to winning a championship. You got a chance to compete for it. They're going to do everything they can. They add pieces to get back there and try to win.
Eric, before you run, I'm so interested in your thoughts. In-season tournament. It's a brand new edition. I'm super excited about it. I don't fight change a great deal, but I also like the way the league has put this together to have this intrigue and competition in November and early December for it.
I have no preconceived opinion or notion on it.
You're healthy this week. You really are.
I don't want to get ahead of it. I think we'll have a better feel for it and understanding of what it's all about once we get into it. It's going to obviously grow on all of us, and it should be fun. There's going to be a financial incentive, and the contradiction is, does it take away from the main thing? And I don't think it's early enough in the season that it probably doesn't. What value it will ultimately bring to fans and players and teams, I think remains to be seen. But you're proud to work for an organization like the NBA that's not afraid to try new stuff. And this is something new. It's worked in other sports around the world, and it'll be intriguing to see how it works for us.
And this is how I know maybe I'm a little bit off, because it's like, oh, we're competing for something. Let's go. Nothing else matters. Something else.
Way to finally admit that you're insane.
Yeah.
I
didn't say that. I did not say that, Jack. I said a little off.
You want to compete at everything.
Like,
walking stairs up to the top of section 104.
You watch those games. You watch those designated games. They're going to come with a little extra, just because I feel like if any organization is going to thrive under like, hey, there's something a little more.
Make it more competition, right?
It might be that one. Yeah, I'm excited for it.
It'll be interesting to see what the initial games in it feel like, because they're going to seem like regular season games, but there will be a different feel. I'm curious and open to what that feeling is going to be all about.
Eric, we appreciate you taking time for us. We're trying to push ourselves toward a Heat victory, and our senior producer, Arnold Speaks Jr., has to race down courtside to prepare for the walk-off.
I gladly give up the headset. Enjoy the rest of your summer league experience.
Thank you, buddy.
And nice to spend a few minutes with both of you.
You too.
Miami Heat, television voice, headed to his 36th season. Every bounce and every basket in the history of the organization called by that man. Eric, thanks again. Suns 70, Heat 66. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
What's the Anajar and Levine difference? If you're the victim of a car crash, you will always speak to a lawyer. You'll always get the highest standard of care from our dedicated legal team, and we'll always fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Don't wait. Call 1-800-747-FREE. Main office, Fort Lauderdale.
When it comes to basketball in Florida, Valley Sports Sun is the heart of the state, bringing you to the hardwood for all the biggest moments.
Come on! He's on fire!
Watch your hometown team turn up the temperature as they battle the very best around the league.
Oh, my.
Plus, pregame with your favorite Valley sports team before and after each game for the Heat Live pre- and post-game shows.
Yes.
Catch the Heat all season long on Valley Sports Sun, the Valley Sports app, and Valley Sports Plus.
Let's get back to Vegas. The Heat Summer League on the Miami Heat Audio Experience.
Miami Heat will not go quietly into their dinner reservations here in Las Vegas. Suns 70, Heat 66, 2:21 to go. Orlando Robinson has said hi and hello here in the second half. Didn't start rolling after that 36-11 performance early in this game, but now leading the Heat in scoring with 15 points, 8 rebounds, has an assist, and Kane at the line, and he matches those 15 points, hitting his 5th free throw in 5 tries.
In Orlando in the fourth quarter particularly, we saw him step out, hit a 3 inside with a monster jam. So talk about the ignitability, the word around here. It's a guy that has helped his team really pick it up and make it a 3-point game as Kane hits one.
He had one, missed the second. 70-67 the count. Just over 2 minutes to go. The drive by Kamara. He draws a whistle as he was trying to elevate from the bottom of the circle. They're going to say he gathered. No, he did not. Side out of bounds after that personal foul on Bouye, his 4th, team's 3rd.
And I love that the Miami Heat are playing defense on their half, so they've got their bench. They've also got Spo, Andy Bellisberg, the staff. I believe that's Mr. Harrison. Encouraging them to take care of things on the defensive end.
Both Mr. Harrisons.
Both.
Yes, our Chief Executive Officer, Nick, and the Managing General Partner and Governor, Nick. Still 70-67, 144 to go. Heat ball inside to Bouye. He kicks it to Kane. Pump fake, right side, fires the 3. Nothing but net. Kane was able from the edges.
Contested.
Word up.
I mean, he did step back, but didn't create a whole lot on it, but that was a nice catch and release.
And we're tied at 70 with 127 to go. Brown working the rock. Gets it to Kamara. Back to Brown. Drive right side into the shot clock. Smothered on the right side. Kane has it. Gets it to Bouye. Bringing it up left side. 70-70. 106 remains in game 2 for both the Suns and the Heat. Bouye snaps it across court. Robinson, right wing 3. He got hit, no call. He didn't make the bucket. Still tied at 70 inside a minute. The cross, the drive. It's up in a throwdown that almost got jammed by the rim, but in for the Suns by Jimison. His 4th making 4 tries. He's the 4th Suns in double digits, 72-70. Miami wants a timeout. We'll keep it here with 40.7 remaining. Jimison almost jammed that thing right into the rim, but he got it over the top and in. So now it's time for Coach Butler.
Yeah.
Karan to draw one up. And you know what the Heat want to do right here, right? Win!
This is what
They're going for the win.
This is exactly what Summer League is for, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, these situations, these moments, who can show up, who can play their role, who can be part of the puzzle piece to contribute at the end. And if you're Miami, I mean, you have to feel a little bit confident in terms of you've got a big Sioux Falls Skyforce contingency available, right? Guys that do have some chemistry together. So do I have confidence that they'll be able to generate a shot that they want? Absolutely.
So with 40.7 remaining, Spo doesn't usually 2 for 1.
Yeah.
But it's Karan's
I was
range
going
right
to say, that's
now. So what you feeling here? I feel a little 2 for 1 coming.
Yeah, and I always think
Go
it's
for a quickie, right?
I think it's always important to just find a good shot, and out of a defensive a baseline out of bounds, a sideline out of bounds, like a dead ball opportunity out of a timeout, you can draw up a quick hit, right? Like that's kind of what they're probably doing right now. And then the other layer to it is that Miami's a team that is confident in their defensive ability. They know they can get stops, and so that I think 2 for 1s are fun at times. And there's a reason why Spo doesn't always do them, but we're gonna see right here.
We got Kane, Robinson, Peterson, Smith, and Bouye Going against the first five for the Suns. Sherfield, Brown, Jemison, Kamara, and Brown. Both Browns. We got Gabe Brown, and then we also have Barry Brown Jr.
You only have to do like 80% of the work.
Far side inbound. Bouye gets it to King. Working the left baseline. Gets to the right block. He got hit as he was losing the ball. But did he gather? And is he going to shoot? Or will it be side out of bounds? That's the question. It's going to be side out of bounds, far side. I like the drama. As there's 15 ticks remaining on the shot clock. 38.0 on the game clock with the Suns up 2. Ball's out. Peterson has it. Gets it to Bouye. Bouye uses the right screen, top of the yard. Scoops it, left hand up. Didn't get it to go. That was a tough one on the right side. He trying to smother the ball handler. Sherfield, but they had to eventually foul him. As the clock is getting away. With the Suns up 72-70 with just under 25 seconds to go. To be side out of bounds for the Suns, far side. Mr. Brown will inbound the Barry version. Now they're trying to let some clock go. Sherfield has it. About 6 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Sherfield goes. He just traveled. Turned it over. Trying to back down Payne. Payne kind of pulled half the chair out. And he didn't have anywhere to go but to step. He's up down.
Well, he did a wonderful job of keeping his body in between the ball and walled up. I mean, there's nowhere to go on the spin. That's why that foot comes down. So Jamal understands how important the defensive end is into Miami. He did that again right in front of his teammates, but then on the other side.
I will reiterate again what the Heat are going to do here. Go for the win.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to do. 10 seconds, 10.9 remaining. No timeouts. Down 2 with the ball. Let it fly. Karan went in there and asked, what do you guys want?
Well, you know what?
That's what he said. What do you want? And in unison, they said, to win.
Yeah, and they're 10 for 28 from the three-point line, which 36%.
Average. It's average.
I'd love to see Drew Peterson get this one.
You think he might get a couple of guys looking at him, though?
Well, I mean, when you look at who's out there, let's see. You got Jamal Cain 3 for 5 on the night. Orlando's 1 for 3. Drew Peterson 3 for 4.
You can't overcommit to anyone.
2 for 4.
Right.
Yep. And Jamari Bouye, who's 1 for 3, but I think his three-point shot is so clean just watching him yesterday. So there's options, and options are always a good thing in these situations.
I got my eyes on number 81. 2 years at Rice. 3 years at the University of Southern California. Battling Mr. Jaquez, by the way. I wonder how they have that situation handled now that they're teammates.
I imagine it's nicer to play on the same team than against.
I think you have some things you have to get over when it's those two schools in that town. Here we go. Far side inbounds right in front of the Miami Heat bench. Have to cross the timeline, does the Heat. Inbound to Bouye. Bouye's gone up the left-hand side. 7 seconds to go. Heat down 2. Bouye, the drive, the kick. Peterson for 3. It's off. Great look from the right side. It just didn't go in, and the Suns. Is this game over? I think it is. Let's check. Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. The officiating crew holding both teams. Lead official walking over to the table. They haven't used the microphone much tonight, so I'm not sure. Oh, was there a foul? Wow. The foul on Bouye. So you got to shoot the free throw with 0.9 remaining, which could be interesting, by the way. We get some missed free throws and a little touchdown pass. You never know.
And you know Drew Peterson right now has got to be so frustrated himself because Phoenix made a huge mistake. They committed to the layup and let him wide open.
And the first free throw up from Brown does not go. Heat does not have a timeout, so inbound, kick it, another launch for three to tie or win. Depends right here. Oh, he rattled it. He tried to miss it, did Brown. He rattled in the free throw. And now the launch. It does not go for Drew Smith, who got it all the way down three-quarter court for a kiss off the glass and an opportunity.
Well, listen, at the end of the day, when you look at that first quarter, you knew that Miami was going to have, they dug themselves a little bit of a hole. They put themselves in a position, executed at the end, got a great look at the shot they wanted from the shooter that they wanted, just a little bit short. And let's do it again in a couple days.
We get a couple days before we're back out here. We'll discuss that and a little bit more when we return. The Suns win, even at 1-1. The Heat fall to that same record due to the 72-70 output in Game 2 here in Summer League Vegas. Back in a moment. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
Hey, Heat Nation, the best way to celebrate a Heat win is with Papa John's Pizza. Because when the Heat win, you win too. The day after a Heat win, get 50% off online orders at regular menu price when you order from the Papa John's app or papajohns.com using the promo code HEATWIN. And don't forget to join Papa Rewards for exclusive items and score points towards free pizza with every order. Papa John's, the official delivery pizza of the Miami Heat. Offer valid for online orders only. Not valid with other discounts. Delivery fee and taxes extra and are not subject to discount offer.
It's time for easier, and buying a Yamaha Wave Runner has never been easier. With the largest stock in South Florida, and with special offers during the Perfect Choice sales event, quick and easy financing and APRs as low as 3.99% for 60 months. What are you waiting for? 2022 models are arriving. Jet Ski of Miami, your go-to dealer for anything Yamaha. Jet Ski of Miami and Fisherman's Boat Group, your Yamaha Marine Superstore for over 60 years. JetSkiofMiami.com. Main retail prices not include prep, freight, or tax. Local APR rate on price based on Tier 1 qualifying APR. See dealer for details.
Can health insurance be a doorway to a healthier life? To yoga classes? To nutrition classes? To nurses you don't need an appointment to see? Or even community specialists who give you access to helpful resources? It can. Our Florida Blue Centers offer all that and a whole lot more. All you have to do is walk through the door. What else can health insurance do? Find out at floridablue.com. Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
Heat fans, Crazy Andy for the Miami Heat Store tonight's item of the game. Crazy Andy wants to thank you for listening to the Miami Heat audio experience. For your loyalty, I have a special item of the game deal just for you. From now until Tuesday, 10 a.m., you get half off Matchup Volume 2 shorts. Log on to the MiamiHeatStore.com and enter the promo code VEGAS. That's Vegas, VEGAS, and you'll get 50% off Matchup Volume 2 shorts. I know you need a new pair of Miami Heat shorts, and this deal is just for you. But you better act fast because this offer ends on Tuesday, 10 a.m.
Let's get back to Vegas. The Heat Summer League on the Miami Heat audio experience.
Miami Heat fought the whole game after a really slow start. Able to get back in it and stay in it throughout. Really tenacious defense in the third quarter. And a great look for the marbles for Peterson from the right wing. A great draw up by Coach Karam Butler to get him a wide open look. And he's probably the number one option to knock down that three and so to divert all of what was probably planned by the Suns defense. There was still a look. It just was a little short.
Yeah, it's unfortunate the ball doesn't go in because, again, Phoenix made some errors and got a little too wrapped up in trying to stop Bouye, who made a hard cut to the rim. Everything but the finish. And that's execution from the bench. That's execution from the guys on the court. And this is, again, this is the purpose of Summer League. Yeah. Platform to go out there and do something. So frustrating for sure for Drew Peterson, but at the same time, you're happy to get that look.
Once again, the final score, Suns win 73-70. The Miami Heat audio experience returns Thursday as the Heat face the Bucks. The tip just after 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. This has been a presentation of the Miami Heat audio experience. Our producer, Trevor Harris. Our engineer, Amari Mitchell. Miami Heat senior producer, A.J. Speaks. Miami Heat broadcasting assistant, Courtney Fallon, our quality control coordinator. For Amy Adelbert, I am Jason Jackson. We'll talk to you Thursday afternoon into the evening. Have a good one, Heat Nation.
You have been listening to sizzling action of the Heat Summer League on the Miami Heat audio experience.
brought to you by Baptist Health, the official healthcare provider of the Miami Heat, by Bally Sports. Catch the Heat all season long on Bally Sports Sun, the Bally Sports app, and Bally Sports Plus, and by Ticketmaster, the official ticket partner of the Miami Heat.
At the UPS Store, not every small business needs the same thing, but every small business needs something. We're the scanning and faxing store, the printing store, the packing and shipping store,
I need my designing place and my printing place to be the same place store.
We're the one-stop, right around the corner, everything you need so you can be unstoppable store. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. The UPS Store locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
When it comes to basketball in Florida, Bally Sports Sun is the heart of the state, bringing you to the hardwood for all the biggest moments.
Come on! He's on fire!
Watch your hometown team turn up the temperature as they battle the very best around the league.
Oh, my.
Plus, pregame with your favorite Bally Sports team before and after each game for the Heat Live pre- and post-game show.
Yes.
Catch the Heat all season long on Bally Sports Sun, the Bally Sports app, and Bally Sports Plus.
The all-new NBA app is happening and has you covered from coast to coast. Live tip-offs at your fingertips and highlights right as they happen.
Steph Curry drills the three.
Catch every can't-miss moment before, during, and after the game. And behind the scenes like you've never seen. It's all access, all the time.
Get on through what you do.
All in one app. Because if it's happening in the new NBA app. So get the app today.
Join us Thursday night at 5:30 for Game 3 of the Las Vegas Summer League as the Miami Heat take on a team they eliminated in the first round of the 2023 playoffs, the Milwaukee Bucks. You will not want to miss a moment of our coverage as Jax and I provide you with a unique audio experience. In addition to covering the game, we will have exclusive interviews with Miami Heat coaches and we'll be joined by some very special guests. We look forward to having you join us for the Heat audio experience starting Thursday night at 5:30.
This has been a presentation of Odyssey Sports. For even more coverage of your team, download the free Odyssey app and listen to your favorite stations, shows, and podcasts.
Summertime, hot, which of course means heat, which of course means more Heat Summer League games. The Heat will be in Las Vegas, seeing what they've got. And you can listen to the games here. A week's worth of Heat basketball on the home of the Eastern Conference champion Miami Heat. AM 560 Sports WQAM, FM 99.9 HD2, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
See, here's the thing. At this point, like, we all know that sports betting's involved in everything. Why are they not putting the stats right up on the side there of, like, longest home run, highest velocity, all those nerdy stats? Put more of that up here.
I think there's a StatCast actually on ESPN2 tonight.
Oh, should we switch to that?
It may.
Are they going to give us more numbers?
If you're interested, sure.
Might have to do that because I want to see more of those kind of numbers.
I just need distance of home run just to make sure that none of these.
Make sure it's not at 490.
So far, we have Adolis Garcia, longest home run, and he's out now, 438.
Okay.
Oh, I feel pretty good now.
Yeah. So
Randy Rosarena's longest, 442.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good here.
So far, so good.
Longest at this ballpark, 470. Not that matters because it's the home.
It's a little different. You're getting meatballs served up to you right down the middle. So
if you could have anybody pitch for you in the home run derby, who would you go with? Because that's what it all comes down to. I mean, you brought up
Lyles.
Jordan Lyles. I like that. I mean, what is he? When's the last time Jordan Lyles
actually did win when you were away? I think he's 1-12.
Has he won one?
I think he's 1-11 or 1-12 at the break.
It was like 14 or 15 consecutive
starts.
Yeah, consecutive starts without picking up a win.
I mean, it's just it's brutal. Yeah, but like half the time it's funny. Like you can't have nobody ever has a real pitcher throw to them usually. It's always a pitching coach.
It's like your dad.
Or it's somebody. Also, too, I think
Bryce Harper's dad.
Denton Day brought this up last week. Right. That's his dad. Dad's bad's been thrown to him his entire life.
Yeah.
But Denton Day last week when he was filling in with you on the show brought up, I think actually a really good point. He was like, if you had a teammate that's actually a pitcher serving up meatballs to you, what are the chances that just messes up their head for the second half?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, you're just giving up all those home runs. You don't think about that, but baseball players are creatures of habit, and they're very, very superstitious. And it's so easy for somebody to just fall into some kind of a slump. Like you talk about after the home run derby, there's guys that just, their swings messed up from it.
Oh, yeah. Just going out there just trying to hit P missiles all over the place.
All over the place.
No disrespect to Lyles, by the way. He's at the break. He's got a 1.29
Hey, Scott,
whip.
he's terrible. We can say it.
He's still
really
a major
bad.
league. Hey,
He's
he's still
really
a major
bad.
league pitcher. He's
He'll be
still
fine.
rich. I would have to go with like my dad, or you'd have to go with like a little league coach. I'd probably have to go with my dad, somebody that I could trust.
Yeah.
Here's what your dad isn't: 1-11 with a 6.40 plus 6.42
That's true.
ERA at the break.
That is true.
He
That
also
is true.
is
He
not
probably
in the
could
bigs.
be.
God bless Jay
He probably
Lyles.
could
The pride of Hartsville, South Carolina.
He probably could be. The other thing, with the Derby, man, like the reason these guys want this so bad is some of these guys, they make more if they win the Derby than in like the entire season.
Yeah, that's true.
That
is true.
Was that Pete Alonso a couple of years ago where he made more for winning the Derby than he did the entire season?
I mean,
the Mets.
Baseball players, it takes 5-6 years to get a big contract generally, unless you assign an extension
Unless
early.
you're an early round pick.
Yeah.
Then you get money early on.
The team control it. Yeah, you're right. Then they start having like the millions that creep in. But some of these guys, man, it takes forever still.
Yeah.
Updated odds, courtesy of your guy, John Ewing. Arozarena's odds to win the whole thing, plus 1,000 before round one. Currently, 5-1.
A little bit of an overreaction, right?
I would think so. Just a little bit, maybe.
I feel good if I had him, though. Although you don't want to burn yourself out. You want to advance without burning yourself out.
That's the big thing, is the guys that don't get worn out by the final round. Change my mind Monday next. It's BetMGM tonight.
It's time for a short commercial break. Don't go anywhere, though, because we'll be right back with even more BetMGM Tonight, presented by BetMGM, live from BetQL.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car. So why are you walking to work? Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They're draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore. Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do, because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. Oh, wait. You're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app? Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas. Does that actually add up to anything? I'll make around $200. Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FULL for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code FULL. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FULL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FULL.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cartus, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Paid for by Cordell & Cordell.
It's your last chance to shop July 4th savings at Lowe's. Right now, save on select major appliances. And when you buy more, you save more. Get up to an additional $1,000 off select major kitchen appliances. Plus, right now, when you buy a Craftsman V20 string trimmer or blower for just $99, you'll get a select Bear tool free. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offer style through 7/12. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount. Buy more, save more. Valid on appliances $396 or more. While supplies last. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
The summer savings are hot at Miami Lakes Kia. Get zero down or no payments for 90 days on many new models. This week at Miami Lakes Kia, lease a 2023 Kia Forte LXS for $199 per month for 24 months. That's right, a 2023 Kia Forte LXS for $199 per month. Don't miss this opportunity to save big on your next new car purchase. More inventory means more selection. Miami Lakes Kia, the Palmetto and 57th Avenue. Shop online at MiamiLakesKia.com. Wait for 425 2474 for details.
Baseball is in full swing. The free Odyssey app lets you listen to local coverage for the team you love, live stream your favorite sports radio station, or jump back and listen to the best segments on demand.
Don't forget, we talk to the manager every Tuesday at 2 p.m.
Don't listen to some guy from the other side of the country tell you about your team. Live conversations for your local team, no matter where you are. Your season, your Odyssey. Get in the game and download the free Odyssey app today.
Thanks to the Xfinity 10G network, my little brother's friends won't leave our house. When I was their age, internet with basically no interruptions was a pipe dream.
You sound like my grandpa.
Now through July 30th, new customers can get 200 megabit internet on the Xfinity 10G network for just $35 a month for 2 years with no annual contract. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
Clean feel, so I can accessorize with studs and not with mosquitoes. I can wear my classic white crop and flag panel jeans and know that I'm covered with 8 hours of not sticky, fragrance-free protection. Get your pre-party protection on with Off Clean Feel. SC Johnson.
Exotica, the nation's largest adult expo, features over 200 stars, 150 vendors, stage performances, seminars, and more. July 14th through 16th at the Miami Airport Convention Center. Go to WQAM to register to win a pair of tickets to Exotica.
What does summer sound like in a new Chevy? Find the best way to the ballpark with the Chevy Equinox navigation system. Load up the kayaks with room to spare in the spacious Chevy Trailblazer with 60/40 split folding rear seats. Haul out the camper and spend a night roasting marshmallows with the Chevy Silverado. Or feel the roar of the crowd and bring the whole crew along in the Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. So what are you waiting for? Click now and find summer happiness in a new Chevy. See your South Florida Chevy dealer. Traverse seating up to 8 standard and LS available on LT with second row bench seat, RS Premier, and High Country seat 7.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail, the ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. For a championship team, every player needs to be a perfect fit. It's just like your vehicle. Every part needs to fit just right. So the next time you need parts or accessories, head to eBay Motors. With eBay Guaranteed Fit, you can be sure every part you need fits right the first time. Just look for the green check. With over 122 million parts to choose from, you'll be back in the game in no time. Get the right parts, the right fit, at the right prices at ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Sports lives here. WQAM Miami, WPOW HD2 Miami, WKIS HD2 Boca Raton, the home of the Heat, Hurricanes, Panthers, and Inter Miami.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
And Odyssey Station. Messi's in South Florida. The world's most popular athlete is playing for Inter Miami. And we've got all the games. Listen to Inter Miami versus the rest of the MLS right here. Goals, great saves, bumps and thumps, and Messi. This is the home for Inter Miami. AM 560 Sports, WQAM, FM 99.9 HD2, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
So how much?
It's like, or the guys that have 10 brackets in March Madness, and they,
here? Yeah,
10 brackets in March Madness, and they, you know, but you know the rules, Ryan. You still can because you can bet it all.
It's time to bet it all.
Time to bet it all. Who throw everything down? You go, I won. You go, no, count what you just bet.
Oh, you have 5 fantasy football teams and you won 1 championship? Oh, and you missed the playoffs in the other 4. Okay.
Yeah.
There's the catchers to participate right here, yeah. Carlton Fisk.
85, good year. I was born.
Yeah, because I remember thinking that, I remember the back of my mind, I thought Mike Piazza might have won one.
Nope.
And he didn't. And that's when we got onto the conversation.
Yeah, Mike Piazza posted an offer, we found out.
And then we found out
one.
He was actually really, really bad.
Yeah.
It was different rules back then. You know, things have changed. They support home runs more now.
I bet the catcher angle.
He's switch hitting for the back for his bonus swings.
There you go.
You notice this?
Going the other way now.
That's kind of cool.
That's kind of why I liked him. Probably should have bet him. He's going to win now.
I mean, he's got 22 home runs now, and there's still 20 seconds to go. So at this point, I mean, he's just 367. Yeah, his longest, I think, is still 445.
Obviously, the young man should have been hitting right-handed the entire time.
Yeah, even better this way now.
Because he's
25.
He's like perfect in the bonus round.
Jeez,
man. Unreal.
I mean, he's just wrecking it right now. 27, did that go 20 to 27?
I honestly just think he was like 4 for 4, 5 for 5.
Yeah, the bonus round, he didn't, everything
He
went
missed
out.
one.
Everything went out of the park.
It's 6 in a row right there.
Yeah. He went 6 for
27 homers.
Mm-hmm.
Unreal.
Well.
Cool headband, too.
Yeah.
Great hair. Yeah.
Luis Robert Jr. probably done, so that one parlay is going to be dead. He better catch up real quick. Oh, 28. Man. They credited him with 28, not 27.
Man, a lot of people like Robert Jr. coming into this, but another disappointment for the White Sox this season.
Should we call Cody back?
Yeah. Hey, Cody.
What do you think about catch?
Yeah. Should we try again here? How about that?
Man.
Good God.
Good start, though, to the Derby.
I mean, yeah, you're getting a lot of bombs. This is what you want. See, and that's what, again, you get these moments in the home run derby where a guy, especially a young guy like this, he definitely wants to win. Dad throwing him the ball, like Bryce Harper years ago was pitching, his dad was pitching to him, and it's like, this is a cool moment. And you just get someone that goes off, and it's just another one, and another one.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah.
So.
And the best part is we're getting a lot of homers, but none over 490 feet.
And that's good.
Start. 445 was
not even close. Right?
Short home runs is what we're looking for here.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely, man. Yeah. Good start, though.
I'd say so. Curse of the 1 seed. Here you go. Look at that. Albert Pujols 2015.
Okay, so he won in 2015.
Mark Trumbo. There's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
Jesus Aguilar. It's Rhys Hoskins.
2021, Ohtani and Soto was absolutely tremendous.
It was. Yeah, the 1 seed tends to go down a lot in this since they've been doing that whole thing. That's why I said, like, the seeds don't really matter in this. Like, these guys are all really good home run hitters. It's just not really worth doing the whole, like, getting overly worked up over seeding.
The question I ask every single year, would you rather go first or would you rather go second? Would you rather set the tone or would you rather go second, know what you have to beat?
I'd say set the tone because you're not thinking about a number. You're just going and getting a rhythm. Just do your thing.
Yeah.
But if you ain't first, you're last. So,
See, that's the answer that everybody always gives. I always go second.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of like the pressure. I like.
You don't melt under the pressure. You like a little extra intensity.
Yeah, I do.
All right.
I would always I like the road games when everybody's chanting you suck rather than the home games when everybody's cheering you on. Yeah, I like to be doubted. So I would like to know what I have to go up there and hit. Come on, Robert Jr. Do it.
Big number 88. Yeah, he's not got it. Yeah, this is not.
It'll be all right. It'll be all right. We got plenty of time. It's crazy because you're watching this and you're like, oh, he's screwed. And then you look up and he'll have 14 here soon enough. So good start here. 423 feet.
433.
We'll take that.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
So far, so good. Hey, Scott, do you want to change our minds at all? Because it is a Monday. You might have to change our minds so we can play a little game. How about that?
Happy to, Nick. Time to change my mind on a Monday. Start you off with a bunch of NBA, Summer League, because it's always good to change your mind about Summer League and overreact. We'll get to that at some point as well. Ryan, we'll start with you. Change my mind on a Monday. Brandon Miller has a huge defensive problem. 20-plus fouls through 3 games.
Yes.
Now, is this the overreaction or they're giving you 8 or 10, whatever the rule is? Whatever.
Yeah.
He'll adjust accordingly.
I always try not to overreact to anything that I see in Summer League. Just because, that's the hardest part about watching the product is all the fouls. I saw former NBA great Ron Harper tweeting about this as well. He's like, I can't even watch the Summer League because I don't want to watch 125 fouls called.
Right.
But, I try not to overreact, but yeah, I don't know, because you watch it and he almost looks like he's a little bit too aggressive. I think he'll figure it out, but I think it's going to take him some time.
This is a time when guys go out and try things like Bilal Coulibaly, the Wizards pick, can't shoot, and he's just going out there taking shots that aren't maybe the best shots because it's Summer League. It's meant to be a situation where you're trying out things or you're getting used to and it's also not the real pace of an NBA game. You got a lot of guys taking a lot of threes, a lot of bad players that are trying to make a roster or just get some film out there, go out and make plays. It's Brandon Miller is a good defensive player in college. He can be a 3-and-D wing that can hopefully work on a few of the other issues that he's got to work on in terms of footwork and things like that. I don't overreact to anything in Summer League because everybody, after Victor Wembanyama's debut, my God, changed everything. So just calm down, pump the brakes. This is a chance for these kids to learn. They get into training camp. You got preseason, got a long way to go. This is all the work that really should be going on behind the scenes that you don't judge.
We do this in every sport. Just to add on really quick, like with young players, with rookies, remember a couple of years ago when Jamar Chase, the football was too big, he had a case of the drops early on.
Yes.
And then he had like one of the better rookie seasons I've ever seen from a wide receiver, and his team was playing in the Super Bowl.
I also remember Patrick Mahomes in training camp throwing like 5 straight picks, and people were like, oh, man, this guy's going to be a bust. They wasted a draft pick on him. Hey, how'd that turn out for Patrick Mahomes? Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think it'll be okay.
By the way, quick update, so you don't want to change your mind about Adley Rutschman. Luis Robert Jr. at 21 with 40 seconds to go.
Here we go.
And he's also spanked one 470 feet. This is
good, because I'm going to be really mad if Rutschman wins this, and I didn't bet him after I said he's actually a good value bet.
I'm kind of rooting for Robert Jr.
Well, I also have him in that parlay, so I really need Robert Jr. here. So there's actually this might be a sweat chamber for a second. 26 seconds to go. Here we go. He's got 24,
25.
25. Let's go. Let's go, Luis Robert. Let's go. Come on.
25.
Still 25. He's got 15, 26. Let's go. Come on.
12 seconds to get there.
Get up there.
We'll take a
Get one
push
more.
here.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Come on. Give me one more. Give me one more. That looks like it.
Oh my God, he's going to lose here.
27.
He's got a little bit of bonus time.
Did he get it?
Did he get it out? I think he got it out.
28.
And they're tied at 27 here. But they gave Rutschman I thought they gave Rutschman the 28th. Now why is he back to 27?
Does he not have any bonus time here as well?
That's what
this is so confusing to watch.
Also, longest home run 470 right now.
Yeah, all right, so we're still money.
We're
there
still
to
good.
Cam,
And Robert Jr. has earned 30 bonus seconds.
Oh, so he's going to win here.
Most likely.
Oh, well, I don't want to jinx it, but
so I mean, be careful.
I don't want to screw you over here.
Careful here. I need
more
him,
though,
because I got him and J-Rod advancing. So
I gotta be honest though, man. They're just starting to warm up, right? This is the first round, and we're at 470.
Yeah,
somebody's going for 500 tonight.
There might be a chance that happens. It might be Mookie Betts, my winner.
Right? Yeah, I feel like it's going to be like coming up here soon in the first. It's going to be like Pete Alonso 600.
That's the guy that you have to worry about, is Pete Alonso.
Or I mean, I know that the power numbers have sucked this year, but
he's got a minute of bonus time. Dude.
Oh yeah, and he's got to hit one. That's what's going to kill me is if Vlad goes out there tonight and like sets a record. If he goes Josh Hamilton on us. Or J-Rod from last year and hits 84. I'm going to be so upset.
All right, here we go. We need one. We need to move advance. Let's go. We can change my mind more in a minute. This is important. We need Adley Rutschman to lose.
They should have just let Dylan Cease throw it all this season.
That one on the fly now. Sometimes watching the StatCast version of this where you've got...
Here's where I would feel the pressure. 60 seconds. It sounds so easy.
It sounds... Oh, there you go. 28.
Huge.
Let's go.
Moves on.
Done. Yep. And you just end it and you're done.
And
rest.
This is why it's so tough to bet because he ends up advancing here, but I was going to go with Luis Robert Jr. just because you look at the matchup, man, and he just, although we thought he had the easier matchup. We'll see though. We'll see. Because J-Rod's going to have to get through Pete Alonso and then most likely Vlad or your guy, Mookie Betts.
17-1.
My third favorite Mookie ever, next to Blaylock, and I can't think of the second right now.
So he would be your second probably then.
Probably my second.
Probably, yeah.
Probably my second.
I think that's probably where it is.
I know two Mookies.
Should we save the rest for later, Scott? We'll save the rest of the Change My Minds for Monday.
Changed my mind.
I did change your mind. Look at this. All right. This is good. Now we're getting a rhythm here. All right. I am a little concerned, though, that these guys are warming up, and we see the over hit on longest home run.
Yeah, I feel like I bet the over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
This would be the time.
Of course.
This would be
I mean, it's a big number they gave you, especially. I feel like you should definitely feel better having a 490 and a 487.
Yeah.
That 487, that 3 feet could make all the difference in the world.
I mean, it's, exactly. That's what we'll end up seeing happen here. You'll get like a 498 footer.
Or it's going to be 491.
And I'll be kind of mad at myself, though, because I bet it both ways, too.
What, you bet the over too?
Well, I bet it again, at a crappy number.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you did something. A little hedge is always good.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Look at this commercial for Mission Impossible. Is this the 27th Mission Impossible?
This one looks pretty good, though.
I mean, they're all the same, and I'm cool with it.
Cruise is back with a vengeance. Now after Top Gun.
I mean, hey, he still puts out bangers every single year. It's BetMGM tonight.
The winning trifecta is Ryan Horvat, Trista Crick, and Nick Ashew. All three will be right back on BetMGM tonight, presented by BetMGM, live from BetQL.
It's your last chance to shop July 4th savings at Lowe's. Right now, save on select major appliances. And when you buy more, you save more. Get up to an additional $1,000 off select major kitchen appliances. Plus, right now, when you buy a Craftsman V20 string trimmer or blower for just $99, you'll get a select Bear tool free. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offer style through 7/12. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount. Buy more, save more. Valid on appliances $396 or more. While supplies last. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to three key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cartus, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Paid for by Cordell.
Hey, want to see the ugly mugs that go along with our melodious voices?
Do I have to worry about this?
We are on YouTube.
That's great that you're doing that.
All kinds of videos of your favorite hosts doing shows at events, shenanigans galore, and great interviews.
Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Someone tell me how to feel.
So easy to find us. Just go to YouTube and search WQAM. Don't miss out. So next time you're at the grocery store waiting forever behind that person writing a check,
Clean up on aisle 4.
watch us on YouTube. Just search WQAM. Have fun, and don't forget to subscribe. WQAM now on YouTube.
Against a lion or a grizzly bear, it would be, what is the over-under before he claws my face off? I would say 3.5, and I would take the under. Do you think you could take a lion or a grizzly bear? Who in the hell is answering these surveys?
The Daily Tip, weekday morning 6 to 9 Eastern on the BetQL network.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Get locked into You Better You Bet, presented by BetMGM, with Nick Costos and Ken Barkley on the BetQL network.
Jets are 2.5 on Black Friday at home against the Dolphins, and they're 1.5 plus at home against the Bills, but both games are under 3. So you could kind of like distill from that the difference between all three of those teams this year in the market right now is very small.
You Better You Bet, 3 to 7 p.m. Eastern from the BetQL network.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Check out BetQL Daily, presented by BetMGM, with Joe Ostrowski, Eddie Gross, and Aaron Hawksworth on the BetQL network.
Yeah, we can move on from Zeke. It's okay. We can move on from Dalvin Cook. Say goodbye to Leonard Fournette. You know, the amount of running backs that are changing positions, and nobody's overreacting for the most part. You know, there are some people, oh my God, Dalvin Cook, how do you get rid of him? Yeah, but I think we're all smarter than that. For the most part, people are like, yeah, it's time, and you don't want to overpay that position. I'll overpay quarterback, wide receiver 1, pass rusher, offensive line. I'll do that, but we're all now smart enough to understand that, no, the gap between RB1 and RB2 in most cases isn't all that much.
BetQL Daily with Joe Ostrowski, Eddie Gross, and Aaron Hawksworth, presented by BetMGM, 9 to noon Eastern on the BetQL network.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Are you ready for the most interactive sports gambling show? Introducing BetQL's Send It In with PJ Glasser. We want to hear from you. Send It In is about your picks, your trends, and your fades. Share your thoughts, predictions, and your best daily best bets with the Send It In community. Set your reminders, mark your calendars, and get ready to send it in on weekday afternoons at 1:30 Eastern on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. On your home for wagertainment, the BetQL network, presented by BetMGM.
Start your Sunday with BetQL's 5-Star Weekend with Chris Mack and Sean Marash.
The Yankees are going to miss the playoffs, especially if Judge isn't back by August. Did you just say good? Good. They need a real wake-up check in that organization to get rid of this general manager. Good. I hope they don't make the playoffs. I will tell you, Joe, from a fan standpoint, a Yankee fan standpoint, not about just making the postseason. I know that sounds greedy, but it's the same stale ending every year. The team is just so boring and stiff. Almost 2 whole fewer runs per game without Judge in the lineup this season. 3.2 to 5 runs a game when he is in the lineup. Batting average drops a full 34 points without Judge in the lineup, all the way down to 206. Here's inherently the problem. For anybody holding a Yankees future ticket of any kind, I'm sorry. I wish it was still a toilet paper shortage so you had something there to use it on.
5-Star Weekend presented by BetMGM. Sundays, 9 to noon Eastern on the BetQL Network. America's home for wagertainment. It's time. It's time. Count is 3 and 2. It's time to bet it all. This is Bet MGM Tonight, live from BetQL.
And live from the nation's capital, Home Run Derby, right in the thick of things. Ryan Horvat, Nick Ashew. We're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're on the Odyssey app. This is not a live
No,
Just making sure. I was like, did we lose track of that schedule again? I'll be honest with you. I paid.
You want to bet it?
Almost, yes.
All right. I'll do an exact score result. It'll be 2-2.
2-2.
It'll be a tie.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll go over 3.5 goals, and I'll take the draw plus 500.
Boom. Done.
No, that's from yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
I've been all thrown off with my dates. Like I was on vacation. And I love sports, but like this is the time of the year where I like to unwind a little bit.
You know
and
what? There's nothing wrong with that.
Bet a lot of college football, talk about a lot of college football, really just watch all of last year's college football. That's what I'm doing right now. And the NFL, of course, a little bit of the NFL, but 98% college football, 2% NFL,
and then
0.0 the Cubs.
What about Aaron Rodgers in past games?
No more.
No more taking bubble baths at night watching Aaron Rodgers.
We know
play
all
in the
about
past.
Aaron Rodgers. No, we've moved on. UTSA football.
UTSA football.
Sam Hartman, we're trying to think of what he could do with a clean pocket at Notre Dame.
Well, win you a national championship. That's what's going to happen.
8-4, I think, at best, unfortunately. That's a tough schedule. And I don't know if Marcus Freeman's the guy. Anyway, that's a conversation for another day.
Well, anytime. We got the summertime, so there you go.
But, man, we got Wimbledon going on right now. There are a lot of things going on right now.
There are.
It's not so much at night.
It's just, it's more daytime events, and it's also stuff that maybe you dabble in as opposed to being hardcore in like football season, which is fine. You gotta have the ebbs and flows in anything. Otherwise, your brain just gets fried, and then absence makes the heart grow fonder. We miss football because we don't have it year round. If we had football year round, you'd get a little tired of it.
I will say,
do believe that.
For me, this is when the baseball season gets exciting, the second half of the season. Yeah. We got the trade deadline coming up. We know now who the contenders are. Who's going to be aggressive, who's going to make some moves, who's going to sell at the deadline.
Yeah.
Now's when the season gets fun, in my opinion. Unless you're like a Braves fan, it might get a little boring because you guys are just so good.
You know what?
I've never had that though.
Yeah,
2016.
I actually get to say that I did have that with the Nationals for a while when they just dominated the NL East and won it by double digits, but then they lost in their first playoff game.
I was going to say, but the year that they won, what's crazy about that? You had all the years where I thought they were going to win.
Yep.
And then you had the year where we were just talking about this. You move on from Bryce Harper, the Juan Soto year where they win the World Series. Remember, they were in at the deadline or at the going into the All-Star break. I think they were in third or fourth place though. They had to get hot that season.
Well, yeah, I mean, so even because the Nats that year they won, they started off 19-31. They were 19-31 in May.
Yeah,
and they had a really bad series against the Mets, and everybody was ready for Davey Martinez to get fired. And then all of a sudden, they flipped a switch. They were in playoff mode their entire way. So it's sometimes that's better for these teams that have to kind of fight their way in because you're so comfortable being in those you talk about you'd rather be the second guy to go in the home run derby here, right? You want to know the number. You want that pressure. It helps you focus on it. There are some teams that benefit from that. I mean, you go look at teams that have won the Super Bowl over the years, even in just recent years. I mean, look at both the Giants teams that won. Look at, the Steelers years ago. Look, you have these teams sometimes that just squeak into the playoffs. And then they get hot and they stay hot.
It's hard to dominate for an entire season. Like the Dodgers every single year, they'll win 115 games and they're so dominant, but then they kind of take their foot off the gas.
Yes.
And the teams that get hot. I mean, the Braves a couple of years ago were a great example. Not this year's Braves, obviously.
Yeah.
If anything, maybe that'd be the opposite where maybe they fall asleep at the wheel in September. But I don't know that that's going to happen because they're so damn talented. But that's how it is, sometimes. Great call on the Giants teams. And that was the 1 year you had the undefeated Patriots team. I think that was my favorite year of NFL football ever.
That was a really fun year. Not only were they undefeated, but you had,
Brady,
oh man. Randy Moss had how many touchdowns that year? 23?
He broke the record that year.
It was 20, because Brady had 50.
Yeah.
That was the record.
He threw 50 that year, and then you had Wes Welker had like 150 receptions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the greatest.
That was an incredible team.
That was the best team in NFL. Well, the defense.
for them
I'd say it's the best offense, maybe.
For them to lose that Super Bowl, man,
that was
still
insane.
to this day. Still to this day, one of the greatest upsets we've ever had in sports.
I go back and watch that like once a year.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah. That Giants team?
Yeah.
Pisses me off, though, because that should have been the Packers.
David
Brett Favre
Tyree
throws that terrible interception the week before, or 2 weeks before at Lambeau Field, and the Packers were like 7.5, 8-point favorites in that game. That one still stings, like they all do.
Well, listen, everybody has those games, those series, those years that just sting with a team.
Kind of like last year's home run derby when I bet J-Rod. That one still stings a little bit, too, because he hit 81 homers and he still didn't win the event.
I know. Well, we'll see what happens tonight. Vlad just finished up here now with 17.
That's good for you right there.
Yes, Mookie Betts is up next.
Very doable.
I'll take that.
He does have a minute. He has a minute on his bonus round.
Vlad went 456. Looked like his longest. So we're starting to creep up closer to that number, but still pretty far off.
He was one of the guys, him and Pete Alonso, are who scared me the most as far as going deeper than 491.
Yeah. And Pete Alonso's a pro in this. He's won it twice.
Although if I have to lose that bet, I want to see Mookie just launch one because he's so small, like 500.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. Just get a perfect barrel on it and boom, there you go. So we'll see. All right, yeah, he's got a minute to go and then Betts is up next. So a lot of, you mentioned this earlier and I'm glad you feel the same way as me. The overreaction to Summer League has gotten to the point now where I don't even know if people are serious or they're being sarcastic. And the problem is we sort of have a sarcasm font, but it's not really. You have to take the time to like capitalize in lowercase letters. And when you do that, then you know someone's being sarcastic. But there were all kinds of tweets out there. This guy, Jay King, who covers the Celtics for The Athletic, I still don't know. Scott, do we know if this is serious or a joke?
I don't know. Jay King was a guest of ours during the postseason.
Yes.
Talking Celtics here. From the
so I hope this is a joke. Because he says, yes, Victor Wembanyama had a much better game today, 27 and 12, right? He still missed 5 free throws in a game his team lost by, yes, you guessed it, 5 points. Now, I agree with that. Bad free throw shooting. He's been advertised as the best prospect of a generation, but all I see is malnourished Andre Drummond.
That has to be a joke.
That has to be a joke,
That
right?
has to be a joke.
Because Andre Drummond, the skill set,
he's poking fun at the overreaction of Summer League because, you go back and you watch Wembanyama's first game. And I mean, I looked on social media right away because I watched the DVR. I mean, I watched it the next day.
Yeah.
And I was like, people have to be kidding me. It's Summer League.
But you knew that was going to happen.
It was the first game of Summer League.
You knew the reaction was going to happen. Everybody overreacts.
It's going to be a different game for him, especially a little bit, like imagine the first couple weeks of the NBA season.
Yep.
It's going to be completely different. Right now, it's just Summer League. But yeah, I mean, that has to be a joke though, because we just watched Giannis miss 14 or 15 free throws again in the playoffs against the Heat.
And when you look at all the guys who follow, all the guys and girls of the assembled media who follow Jay on Twitter, including John Hollinger, who called him a right-handed Wang Zhuzhu.
Okay. Then it sounds like also a name I haven't heard in a long time.
I know, of course, being here in D.C.
Former Wizard.
And then Jay King fired back at John. He's Nicholas Skidishvili with a barefoot pregame workout. And then Law Murray, another guest, West Coast Law from covers the Clippers, also from The Athletic. Oh my bleep gee, why are you like this? And then Jeff Goodman, another guest of this program. You hate everyone except for yourself. I honestly think that Jay was having a little fun.
It feels like
which I'm at everybody who. And then I just put something else up that came from Kenny Smith and dropped that in the rundown. Kenny Smith says in year number 4. That Wemby's going to be MVP by year 4.
Kenny Smith won't make that joke. Like, make that as a joke. He means that. And you know what? That is more likely than Victor Wembanyama to be a bust. But you know what's going to happen? I know this is crazy, everybody. All right, here you go. He may have to adjust to the NBA a little bit. I know it's crazy.
Yeah.
I know it's a shocking thing to think about. But there is a chance that Victor Wembanyama, who is the favorite to win Rookie of the Year for a reason, may actually struggle in some games early in his career, in his rookie year. And maybe even late in the season, he'll have moments where he looks like a rookie. He said in his first Summer League game, he's played 2. He's done. They're shutting him down. That's the right call. He said at times he felt like he didn't know what he was doing. Well, he figured it out because he had 27 and 12 next game. Pump the brakes.
Exactly.
It's Summer League. Yeah. It's not even real NBA basketball. It's fun to watch, but my God,
And I think it's going to take him some time to figure out maybe like his offensive game, just because, again, I mean, he's so tall, but he is so thin. I think he's going to have to, and I don't even know how much muscle he's going to have to put on. You know what I mean?
But I don't
like
think
we
he'll
were
be
saying this about Kevin Durant. He didn't put on any muscle. And
Durant never did, and he was fine.
Right.
I don't think he has
different
to put
type
on
of
that much.
players, obviously.
Yeah.
But even if it takes him some time to figure out his offensive game, like the only other guy I would play to win Rookie of the Year, I know we talked about Chet. I don't know if the volume's going to be there just because like you have SGA, like you have Shea, and that's a pretty damn good team. Like you got a bunch of guys and they could be a playoff team. I expect them to be a playoff team this year, at least a play-in team.
I like them even maybe as like a 6 seed, man.
I think Brandon Miller, I think it's going to take him some time as well. Like the only other guy I would bet would be Scoot at plus 350, especially if Dame does get moved.
Yes.
But dude, I mean, I would only I think Wemby's the safe play, even though it's minus 200. I think if anything, that's a discount because even if he's just, let's say like his floor is 11 points and 8 boards, he's probably going to average 3 blocks a game, at least 2.5 blocks a game. Look at him protect the rim. Look at what he gives you on the defensive end. That's the thing about him. It might take him some time to figure out his offensive game, but he's not going to have to figure out how to protect the rim. And the dude's a created player. He's unlike anything I've ever seen on an NBA court before.
His blocks per game set at 2.5, over, or the unders at minus 180, overs at plus 140.
I'll get Wild and go over.
I don't think that's crazy. I mean, he's got an 8-foot wingspan.
And he's going to play because they're terrible.
Yeah. Now,
that's the thing. Like,
I did see, I don't know if the number's still out there. I did see his total games was set at 65.5. I think they will try to make sure that he doesn't get overworked his first year. Big guys, you don't want like a foot injury that can start to link, like that becomes a problem. I think just because the physicality of this is going to be a little different for him, even though he's going to play the 4. They're going to play him on the perimeter. He's not going to be banging in the post. But like there was something I did notice in that first summer league game against Brandon Miller. He did try to post up Brandon Miller and couldn't do it.
Yeah.
There's no meat on his bones. Like he does have to add some, but it also he can't add 50 pounds. It's going to take away from who he is. You don't need to do that. His points per game, 17.5, under minus 130, over minus 110. And then rebounds per game, 8.5, over minus 120, under minus 120 as well. So
I think I would, 18 points seems about right. I would, I'd probably lean, I would bet the under though on the points. I think I'd go over on rebounds. But those, I mean, everything is like exactly where I expect his average.
Kind of where you want it to be. Yeah, I don't know if he averages double-digit rebounds, so I'd probably. I mean, I could see 9. I feel like you start hitting 10. That's just there's a big jump from that, but
it's hard to
I
gauge.
just don't like either one of those prices. Minus 120. I'd like at least give you minus 110. Come on.
Right. I want better prices, and it's hard. Like it's really hard to get a read on this Spurs team too.
BetMGM doesn't have them out yet, so there's stuff been in and out of this whole year. There were some props up for a while for him. Where it was, I think it was like 50-1 for him to have a 50-point game. Or no, it was 500-1, I think, for him to have like a 50-point game.
That's not, I would love to go under on that. Or I would love to say he's not going to have a 50-point game.
Okay, but throw $1 on it. Why not?
For this season, it has to be though. Man,
I mean, it doesn't happen often, but if there's anybody that could do it, why not? Like, yes, there's a reason why it was like 500-1.
Right.
I would literally, you could put $1 on that thing.
Yeah.
You're not going to miss it.
Yeah.
It's less than a cup of coffee.
How many minutes do you think they're going to play him like 25, 26 to start things off? Just because, like you said, he's got to add strength.
I would think upper 20s, low 30s, kind of as the season gets in after the first month or so. Work him in. Probably you'll have a set rotation where he's out there 4 to 5 minutes of the first quarter. Sit him the rest of the first.
I also worry about foul trouble.
I was just about to say foul trouble will really make that a difference because what teams are going to do is they're going to take their bigs and they're going to go target him.
That's why it's chalk on all of his unders. I mean, there's a lot of variables here, like how many games is he going to play? How many minutes is he going to play?
How much zone versus man-to-man do the Spurs play, too? Like, zone would almost be a better situation, so you don't force him to then go bang in the post with some team that literally counters that and says, okay, we're going to drag you into the post, and you're going to deal with it this way. Then they got to bring a double team, and it's just going to be too much. So a lot of zones, so you keep him out of foul trouble, keep him on maybe another team's 3. He can defend the 3 better, 8-foot wingspan. Like, that type of stuff is what the Spurs, and it's Greg Popovich, who just, by the way, got a massive extension. I guess he's going to coach till he's 90. Yeah. Good for him. That's awesome.
I would now.
I mean, yeah, now it's a whole new.
Got the golden ticket.
He's got the whole, it's a whole shot to the arm. Brand new.
He's got
career.
the best prospect since LeBron James.
Yep.
I mean, I wouldn't go anywhere either. And I already consider him to be the greatest coach of all time. I don't know if everybody else.
No, I've always said that. I'm right there with you.
But, I mean, you look at the dudes they've coached. I mean, he has David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Ginobili.
Every winning coach has had stars. When people try to use that, like, oh, Phil Jackson had Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Okay. So look at every team that's won a championship. Who do you think they won with?
Yeah.
A G League team?
Yeah.
It's just the problem is like this is why Twitter's made us so stupid. That's why I'm on Threads now. Are you on Threads yet?
Not yet.
You got to get on, man. Come on, get with it.
I got
100 million signups now.
Really? Is it still going strong right now?
Yeah, but I bet you by football season it'll start to dwindle.
Or is it going to be like Top Shot, where I get on like a week late and then the next thing I know, it's gone?
There's going to be something else. Yeah, I think that's probably what it's going to be. Bitcoin. Well, yeah,
that was another thing too.
FTX. You an FTX guy?
No.
Tom Brady was.
No,
See that?
I'm a man.
They
Him and
lost
Giselle
$30 million.
Yeah, they got crushed.
Ugh, I remember those commercials.
Rough year for Brady.
Yeah,
Although,
weren't they the fortune favors the brave?
Yeah,
wasn't it FTX?
Yeah, yeah. Man, that is rough year for Brady though. Like divorce.
But just thinking of that commercial, and now
you lose in the playoffs,
fortune
then you retire.
favors the brave.
Although there are some rumors and reports that he's dating Kim Kardashian.
Apparently, they're just friends.
And he was at that all-white party.
Yeah,
where
they're just hanging out.
Joe Burrow though stole the show, in my opinion. Like he may steal the North this year.
I think so. I don't think he'll be stealing though.
Did Mookie just win his matchup?
Looks like it.
Wow.
Yes.
No, Vlad gets past him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I just looked at.
All chalk tonight, dude. It's a chalky derby.
This is what I get.
The chalk run derby.
Chalk run derby.
BetMGM tonight.
The winning trifecta is Ryan Horvat, Trista Crick, and Nick Ashew. All three will be right back on BetMGM tonight, presented by BetMGM, live from BetQL.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car. So why are you walking to work? Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They're draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore. Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do, because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. Oh, wait. You're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app? Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas. Does that actually add up to anything? I'll make around $200. Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FULL for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code FULL. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FULL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FULL.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. What, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
It's your last chance to shop July 4th savings at Lowe's. Right now, save on select major appliances. And when you buy more, you save more. Get up to an additional $1,000 off select major kitchen appliances. Plus, right now, when you buy a Craftsman V20 string trimmer or blower for just $99, you'll get a select Bear tool free. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offer style through 7/12. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount. Buy more, save more. Valid on appliances $396 or more while supplies last. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
Make this the summer at Miami Lakes Auto Mall. Save thousands and drive with zero down or zero payments for 90 days on most new models. The Ram 1500 has received J.D. Power's best drive appeal among large light-duty trucks 3 years in a row. Get a brand new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab for $459 per month for 42 months, or save thousands off MSRP on select vehicles. Buy online at Miami Lakes Chrysler JeepDodgeRam.com. Call 844-255-2474 for details.
Thanks to the Xfinity 10G network, my little brother's friends won't leave our house. When I was their age, internet with basically no interruptions was a pipe dream.
You sound like my grandpa. Now through July 30th, new customers can get 200 megabit internet on the Xfinity 10G network for just $35 a month for 2 years with no annual contract. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
I would suit up in my uniform, and you're going out on patrol. What are we going to do tonight? Well, we're going to rob some drug dealers, and I know how to do it really well.
Listen to and follow The Set,
an Odyssey Originals documentary podcast series, available now on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your shows.
I'm not a bad guy, man, but I loved being that dirty.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Kentucky Fried Chicken's new Ultimate Barbecue Fried Chicken Sandwich. An extra crispy filet loaded with hickory smoked bacon, cheese, crispy onions, and sweet honey barbecue sauce. It tastes just like summer, but like the good part of summer, not leaving the tent door open and waking up to a swarm of mosquitoes, 2 chipmunks, and one very, very large woodchuck. Anyway, try KFC's new Ultimate Barbecue Fried Chicken Sandwich. It's a barbecue in every bite. That's finger-licking good. For a limited time at participating locations while supplies last, prices may vary.
What does summer sound like in a new Chevy? Find the best way to the ballpark with the Chevy Equinox navigation system. Load up the kayaks with room to spare in the spacious Chevy Trailblazer with 60/40 split-folding rear seats. Haul out the camper and spend a night roasting marshmallows with the Chevy Silverado. Or feel the roar of the crowd and bring the whole crew along in the Chevy Traverse with seating for up to 8. So what are you waiting for? Click now and find summer happiness in a new Chevy. See your South Florida Chevy dealer. Traverse seating up to 8 standard and LS available on LT with second row bench seat, RS Premier, and High Country seat 7.
Summertime, hot, which of course means heat, which of course means more Heat Summer League games. The Heat will be in Las Vegas, seeing what they've got. And you can listen to the games here. A week's worth of Heat basketball on the home of the Eastern Conference champion, Miami Heat. AM 560 Sports WQAM, FM 99.9 HD2, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
We have a way of doing things that we're very proud of, but those things were definitely challenged this year.
It's time for more BetMGM Tonight with Ryan, Trista, and Nick on the BetQL Network, presented by BetMGM.
Steve Kerr there, Nick Ashley, Ryan Horvat, BetMGM Tonight. Finally, they admitted it, right? Once the whole situation was done, that was Steve Kerr talking about the Jordan Poole and Draymond Green incident. And you think when one guy punches another guy in the face in training camp, that's going to have a problem the rest of the season.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And the chemistry just seemed off all season long, and you expect that. I mean, we have seen like occasions where like something like that's happened, or guys didn't get along in the past, maybe with former teams. I mean, like Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman got into a huge brawl. They ended up playing together and winning 3 championships. But
they had Jordan. It's Jordan.
Yeah.
It's a difference.
Oh, I mean, Steve Kerr knows all about that. He got punched in the face by Michael Jordan.
Don't worry, he was just competitive. Just competitive.
Yeah.
You know?
But, I mean, there was clearly like some beef there, some bad blood. And if you had to move on from somebody, Jordan Poole seemed like the right decision, right? Like
he's going to get buckets in DC.
Right. He was unplayable in the playoffs. He doesn't play a whole lot of defense. We know he could get buckets, but now he has the perfect opportunity to do that here in DC on a team that I think is going to actually be kind of fun. He's not going to have to play any defense. And there was no chance they were moving on from Draymond. I mean, he's been there for all the championship teams, for the championship runs. He's close with Steph. He's close with Clay. I don't think there's any chance that they break those guys up, man. They'll have statues of all 3.
And they had Draymond. Draymond was visiting the Blazers, and he's not going anywhere. He's not.
He just wanted to feel wanted.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm okay with him doing that. I'm okay with him going out and trying to get as many offers as possible and just take a little tour of getting courted, right? Yeah, he just wanted to get courted for a while.
Yeah.
He was single briefly, was on Tinder, just kind of swiping for a little bit, and went on a few dates, and then he realized, I'm going to go back to my love. We're going to get back together.
Really quick.
Okay.
J-Rod's pitcher is the best pitcher I've ever seen in Derby history. Second off, J-Rod's got 30 bombs
Holy son of a... I look away for 2 seconds.
I bet J-Rod to win tonight. If he wins in my return, we're going out for beers after the show.
Wow.
I've told myself no beers for 3 weeks.
32
and I'm gonna say Bears.
Home runs.
32 dingers.
Damn.
Yeah. P missiles, I like to call
those are PP missiles, exactly.
Yeah, that's the clean version. 30, and he's still got a minute of bonus time.
Oh my God, he's gonna hit.
I would
50.
just, you know what I would say here? Although you're going against Pete Alonso, because I was almost gonna say like, I don't want to burn myself out. I hit 81 of these last year. his pitcher, like, what's impressive is he just hit 32. But, like, that guy's a machine. So I had to Google who he had last year. It was Frammy Pena. I don't know if it's the same this year. But, man, that dude is an absolute machine. If Jordan Love can't quarterback the Packers, we may have to call Pena. Because listen, I've never seen anything like it. Look at all these pitches.
Just right down the middle. Everything, exactly.
I could probably hit